in whenever they drop in. Boom. Once again, welcome to Untitled. My name is R. Jones. I'm your host / moderated. And joining me, thank you for tuning in, by the way. Joining me is my main man, my main component, the dude, formerly of the BX and now in North Carolina, my man Dominic. Dominic, thank you for being on. How you doing tonight, brother?
Great, Rodney. Let's roll.
Let's roll. You already know. Before I roll, you know what? I see my little subscribers getting a little bit higher, not too much, but you know what? Thank you guys for tuning in, and I want your support. Support is free, by the way. Support is free. Comment what you like, what you don't like is important to me as well. You know, because we could always improve upon that. So again, subscribe to Untitled R. Jones. We are here. We will always be here for you. Any topics you need us to discuss that you want to hear, we got you. So with that being said, let's bring in my other best friend, David Sanford from Queens. How you doing tonight, David? Your mic is live.
What's up, brothers? How you doing?
What's going on, man? We're about to get into some stuff real quick. First thing on the docket tonight, a little Major League Baseball. Mike Trout. We talked about this briefly the other week. Will the Los Angeles Angels move this guy? You know, my thing is, I'm gonna just give my initial thought, and you guys can just like go back and forth on it as we always do. My initial thought is, I gotta blame Trout for this whole thing. To be honest, I didn't see any moves they made to improve this club with the bump with one of the guys that is considered one of the best players in Major League Baseball for a long time now. For a long time, and he got rewarded with a contract, and we didn't see any type of improvement with the Angels. You understand? So, in other words, you knew what you was getting into when you signed that contract with that club long term. You understand? Again, now if they think about moving him, are they going to get a premium return? No, absolutely not. They're going to get pennies on a dollar on this deal. You understand? As a matter of fact, you might even consider them getting robbed at gunpoint. Okay, because we're talking about a guy, I think 3 of the 4 last years, he hasn't played that many games. He hasn't been on the field like that. As a matter of fact, this season, he came back from an injury, played 1 game, 4 at-bats, and then had to go back on the IL. You understand? It's ridiculous. And shame on, like I said.
4 at-bats?
4 at-bats, 1 game. He got an
sounds like a quarterback in New York.
Okay, we're gonna get to that a little later. We're gonna get to that part a little bit later. But I'm just saying again.
So
yes,
you blame Trout because he re-upped even though they hadn't. So okay, you can blame him for his own situation, but I wouldn't blame him like the Angels' inability to do what they needed to do is on him, on them. It's not on him.
Well, you know what? I get what you're saying, and I agree to a point, David. But at the same time, you have to look outside of yourself. You understand? Because I'm sure there's other teams that would have gave this dude money that would have been competitive. You understand what I'm saying?
So I agree. So I think it's 2 different arguments.
Okay.
The way I see it, if I'm hearing you correctly, the argument that I'm hearing, argument number 1 is Trout's legacy,
right,
and his ability to be in a winning situation. So you could fault him for his inability to be in a winning situation because he signed up for that,
right?
And so if he has no one else to blame for his own legacy, if you want to go that route. But the failure of the Angels is not on Trout.
That's not on him.
Right.
No, that's not on him.
So that's the other argument. Is that Trout took care of himself and financially he's been compensated for it.
For sure.
But the Angels' inability to put people around him, and I mean you can argue they had 2 of the best players in baseball if you include Ohtani in there too, and they still didn't win.
No.
So what would it have taken for this team? I mean, Ohtani pitches every 5th day, and he bats, every other day.
Right.
So,
right.
so what would it have been? What is the missing piece in Los Angeles that would have made that situation a winning situation? Because they're in the position where they could possibly lose both of them.
Yeah, oh, for sure. There's no question about it. And as far as who would you add, I mean, I don't really have that short answer like that right now.
It sounds like it's not about a player; it's about a culture.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I agree with that.
I think
go ahead,
they
Dom.
fell victim to the California-ism, if you could say it that way.
Okay.
Between the Giants, the Dodgers, the Padres, all of those teams keep collecting. If you want a free agency. And Trout, we all know, Trout never wanted to be that guy. He didn't want the super duper limelight. Hey, I'm willing to stick around. He signed a 12-year, $426 million contract.
Exactly.
Something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Right. He did.
He was content. Now, being content and not being put in a competitive situation, I don't know where those lines get blurred.
Right.
Because let's not forget, guys, prior to his injuries, he was the best player in baseball.
Oh, absolutely.
Today,
well, hands down.
Hands down. Yeah, today, if he came back semi-healthy, he'd still be one of the best baseball players in baseball.
Right.
But he never wanted that. And again, look at guys. Look at what the Padres did. Tatis, Machado. Who's the left-handed guy they got last year? Soto. Every available free agent. How did they all land in San Diego?
Right.
Then you got the Dodgers, who spend more money than the Yankees.
Right.
Yep.
That every year. So, and now here go the Angels out in, the other end of Cali trying to pick up the pieces. Yeah. And the sad thing is, they have, like, even with the Padres doing everything they did, they still had one of the best farm systems.
Yeah.
So if they didn't get somebody in free agency, they had good chips to bargain with.
Right. Or bring somebody
up. Yes.
There you go.
I don't know what the Angels deal is, guys. Believe it or not. I mean, Ohtani. Let's not forget, this guy isn't 22 years old.
No.
And it's going to come a time where this pitching and hitting got to end.
It's got to end. At some point, it's got to end.
And then you look at, an organization like Atlanta.
Right.
They just wrapped up their 6th straight division. I mean, they just keep on producing these guys. They lose Freeman, and they still,
guy hits 51 home runs.
Right, Olsen.
Right.
So, you just plug him in, and something happens. That's a cultural thing.
There you go.
And this has been, it's funny because we're old enough to remember when Atlanta was. I mean, they wouldn't show up. They were terrible.
Right.
And then, somewhere in the mid 90s, a switch was flipped, and they've been consistently winning, for the last going on 30 years almost.
Yeah. And we brought this up once before, Dave.
Yeah.
If not for the Yankees, the Braves would have been the team of the 90s.
They absolutely, 100%
they actually, if you check
100%.
the numbers, guys, they actually walked away with the best winning percentage in the 90s.
That's right.
But they ran into the Yankees and got knocked out. But now we're talking the 90s, guys. It's 2023.
Right.
Well, this
is 30 years ago.
Right.
It literally was, because if you go back to, what was it, 91? Was it when they played the Twins?
Yeah,
I believe
Kirby Puckett,
right.
So in 1990, I think both of those teams were in last place. And then
from worst to first, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yes, sir.
Remember the Sid Bream thing against the Pirates and all that? That was the start of it. And they go to the World Series in a classic World Series when Jack Morris was phenomenal. Right. And it goes to Game 7 and they lose.
Right.
But they were in it every single year. And what was the year when they moved from the East to the West, and both them and the Giants had they both were like 102 wins, and they had to do that playoff game, and the Braves beat them. So we're talking 30 years. 30 years, maybe 33. A drop off. Yes, maybe a drop off here and there.
Right.
But they were
Consistent.
there all through the 90s, as Dom
Consistently.
said.
Yeah.
They were the team. They were the team to beat.
Right. Right. Exactly. And they still look, and they're looking just like
Oh,
that.
they look
to this day.
phenomenal.
To this day. To this day.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
There's no fun. There's no fun. I don't see any like type of fall off from them.
No.
Honestly,
they would just
no
they
way.
somehow they managed to find a way to beat themselves.
Yeah.
But but going into every matchup,
Right.
they are generally the best team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's no
It's
and
theirs to win.
And not just on paper.
Not just on paper. Yeah.
No.
It's literally theirs to win.
Exactly.
I'll tell you what, guys, if you didn't see this kid, his brother.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to see that. But
yeah, I didn't see it either.
The game before the game that was on last night. This kid hit, I think, 3 pitches. He hit 2 of them in the upper deck in right field.
Jeez.
And he had, I was telling Dave, he has that. Now, trust me, guys, I only seen a few minutes of it.
Yeah.
But he has that violent Gary Sheffield type swing.
Yeah, he was
where
saying
he ain't getting cheated. I saw him swinging 2 high fastballs. I thought the wind came through the TV.
I got a kid in my school who is from their hometown.
Okay.
So he's a big Ronald Acuna fan, and he showed me like pictures on his phone with him, and that, so he knows the brother.
Right.
And yeah. So
I told you all about this guy. He's
right.
And last night was the first night that he batted third. He's normally a leadoff hitter.
Okay.
So, but guys, this kid got us. Again, he's in Double-A. I think it's Double-A.
Yeah, it's Double-A. The Rumble Ponies.
Yeah, the Rubber Pony.
Yeah.
Just seeing his swing, I was like, this guy, man, if he hits the ball.
Well,
then they went back to the game before. 2 home runs in the upper deck in right field.
Yeah, it's the same dimension. So, it's major league home runs. Well, but going back to Trout, I'm sorry, Rodney.
Oh, okay.
I just want to go back to Trout.
Yeah.
Trout, it's funny, Trout and Harper sort of burst on the scene at the same time. And it's funny because Trout is actually, isn't he a Pennsylvania kid?
Yeah, Jersey.
I thought he was
from Tom's River.
From Tom's River. And
they won the Little League World Series.
Yeah, right. And then Harper is a West Coast kid.
Mm-hmm.
And so, the if you compare and contrast the two, Harper's the long hair, but he's playing in the East Coast. Right. And from Washington to Philly, and then you have Trout is an East Coast kid. And so when you were talking, Dom, about that California-ism type thing, that's not Harper. I mean, I'm sorry, Trout. That's not Trout.
Right.
So he's definitely
Hollywood.
not. He's definitely never been Hollywood.
Yeah.
No,
whereas Harper promotes more of that.
Exactly.
He embodies
great point.
And it's funny because you had mentioned Harper and whatnot, how these two guys are always like being compared to each other.
Yeah.
You understand that that's always been the comparison with them throughout their careers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
and they've both been hurt.
They've both been hurt. Yeah. Although they've gotten more out of Harper, recently.
Right.
Recently.
Yeah. But it's funny. It's funny how Harper, as soon as he left Washington, they won.
Yeah. And you know what? Having the DH in the National League might have saved his career.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, for sure. Because now he's playing. I think he's playing first base now.
And that's one thing you got to give Trout, guys. With all the injuries, he's probably still the best center fielder in baseball.
Oh, he's absolutely. He's absolutely. He can go get him.
Well, we're talking about
Mike Trout, man.
Yeah, we're talking about a guy. We're talking about a guy that could. He's like just historic. You can expect some type of historic moment from him from game to game. You understand what I'm saying? That's how good that this guy is.
It's funny you bring him up. There was a guy on Twitter that was putting these little polls out. Is Mike Trout the most overrated? And normally I don't respond to shit.
Right.
But I'm like, is there something wrong with you? Like, this guy was probably the best baseball player consistently.
Right.
Don't even get into his MVPs. I'm just talking about straight up hitting, running, fielding, robbing,
everything.
Complete.
Leaping tall buildings in a single bound.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you looking at? Are you looking at him today?
Well, you know what? You got guys like that, but they don't even probably know what a 5'2" player is.
Exactly.
You have
They
guys like Trout. You have guys
don't.
like Griffey. You understand what I'm saying? 5'2" complete players all around.
Absolutely.
I mean, people fail to realize Trout used to steal 30 bases.
Yeah,
right. I remember that.
They forgot how fast this guy was.
Right, exactly.
But see, Dom, we know we've been dealing with social media enough that these guys just make stories because they get traction.
Right, exactly.
The truth sometimes is boring.
Yeah.
So let's invent a narrative and get people to talk about it. Then you don't even have to believe it yourself.
Right.
But you just put it out there, and then now we got a topic of conversation, and it draws people to your page, and then you get recognition. I mean, this is ESPN has been doing that for years. You throw BS out there, and now you don't have to believe it yourself. Right. You just get people to argue about it.
There you go, and that's it.
And it's weird, because I was gonna not suggest to you, but I thought another hot topic would be that cornball Michael K. with the Giants coach and this big party he was supposed to have because you read what somebody wrote. So you did zero background, zero journalism. You just threw some shit on the wall, and then got blasted for it.
Right.
And then you make some weak apology. Oh, I should have did better. No kidding. But see, that ain't the world we live in, Mike. And you realize that. The faster I do it, the more likes and retweets I get, but it ain't right. It ain't true.
It's
exactly
right.
It's sad.
Where do we draw the line with this nonsense now?
It's sad,
it's sad,
but it's sadder when the veterans that are supposed to know better, but I don't know if they feel. I don't know. It kind of feels like I don't know if it's a proper comparison, but Melly Mel's response to Eminem. Okay, you don't have to prove anything.
No.
And you don't have to do what the new guys are doing.
Exactly.
Everybody knows who you are. You're already solidified in the Hall of Fame of hip hop. So a guy like Michael K is not a young guy trying to make a name for himself. You don't have to do that.
No.
But sometimes I don't know if they feel that they need to keep up. They need to keep, because nowadays, there's no more investigative journalism.
No. You know what? God bless you for saying that, because I was just about to use that word, professional journalism. Those days are gone.
We can just stop at journalism, guys.
Journalism,
There's no more journalism.
Journalism was a profession.
Now,
Now it's a ghost.
Exactly. So, who knows? I didn't hear that story, but it's interesting.
Yeah, people laugh at maybe because I'm friends with him or whatever, but people still try to get on Frank Isola.
Oh yeah.
Going back in the days, guys, was a great writer for the Daily News. He gave you his and he let it go. He wasn't picking sides, though. People fail to realize he does pick sides when it comes to the Knicks. Somehow Knicks fans think he's a Knick basher, but no, he's been a Knick protector. But journalism is dead, so he actually parlayed that into Sirius XM, little shows on ESPN now and then, because even he caught on to, because he tried to do that. What's that thing everybody was going to now?
What's that?
That writers thing.
The chat.
No,
Atlantic.
Not the Atlantic. The other one.
Oh, okay. I thought. I know what you're talking about.
I can't think of the name, but a lot of guys jumped on that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about what these guys today that go into AI.
It's just there's no more journalism, guys. And Michael K, believe it or not to beat this horse to death, he actually proved it to us. Dave just said he's one of the seasoned guys, been around for
years.
Right. So he took a little snippet that he knew nothing about and threw somebody under the bus.
Yep.
And then your weak ass apology. I should have did better.
No,
not really.
Exactly.
Really.
Well, you know what, Dom, you should have put me on to that. Yeah, we could have talked about that, like we're talking about it now.
I'm sorry, but it was embarrassing to me.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I don't like the way he calls Yankee games. I don't like him representing my Yankees to begin with. So this was just fuel to the fire. And I'm not even a Giants fan.
It's funny because talking about Yankee games. See, I came up and Dom we're all the same age. I remember when you remember when they had was it Bill White, Frank
Yeah.
Messer,
Yeah, oh yeah,
Bill Rizzuto.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great broadcast booth,
For sure.
and then White went to the league office. But I mean, Rizzuto.
Oh yeah.
What about the Mets, Dave? What about the three the Mets had?
Absolutely.
Oh, come on, exactly.
Lindsey Nelson,
Come on,
Ralph
guys.
Kiner, and Bob
Kiner.
Murphy.
Bob Murphy.
Yeah,
Those
exactly.
were the originators.
Exactly.
You know, and the booth that they have today is very good. So I mean, I used to watch Yankee games. You know, back in the day, you know, I loved Reggie Jackson. I liked those teams and all that stuff.
Right.
So I used to watch Yankee games, and they were enjoyable to listen to the on-air personalities.
Of course.
I can't listen to Yankee games.
Yeah.
Now I don't like their booth. I don't like. I don't. I couldn't even tell you. You know, who's the one? Is it K or who's the one that calls pop-ups home runs and you know?
Yeah. Matter of fact, they got it backwards. What's the name should be doing the TV games? Sterling.
Who?
Sterling.
Yeah.
He should be doing the TV.
Yeah.
Right. Because you don't want to rely on him to tell you. You listen to the radio and so it is high, it is far, it is popped up to the third baseman.
We don't want to hear. Yeah, we don't want to hear that crap.
And then you got. I don't know where the Yankees got so weak with their history. You know, now you got Paul O'Neill, David Cone. You know, these you helped us along the way.
Yeah, but they weren't. Paul O'Neill had a career in Cincinnati before he came.
Yeah.
David Cone came from Casey, I think, to the Mets, and then he did a little stint. You know, whereas Rizzuto was Yankee history.
Yes,
he was.
You know, so he would tell anecdotal stuff.
Exactly.
That was sometimes more entertaining than the game.
Exactly.
And the funny thing, Dave, is I'm not gonna lie. There was sometimes I listened to the game just to hear him say something stupid.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, be honest.
I used to love his.
Definitely.
I'm like, what's he gonna do now?
You remember
his Bill White and them in there, like.
Oh yeah. So they play the straight man for him, but
just playing along, and
exactly.
I guess they thought this. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, so I know what they must have been thinking in the booth with them.
Yeah.
Like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Here we go. But it was entertaining.
Oh,
yes.
I love
you know,
it, man.
I used to love his. You know, when he'd go through his scorebook and he'd say, you know, the WW that wasn't watching. You know, and so it was almost like he was entertaining because he wasn't perfect.
Right. Exactly.
And he never tried to act like he was.
And guess where he got that from, guys?
Where?
Harry Callis.
The
guy from the Cubs, remember?
Holy cow. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. That's right. He was the first.
Harry,
He was. Did you ever see the sketch on Saturday Night Live years ago? And I called Saturday Night Live intentionally because it was before they started referring to as SNL. But when oh gosh, what's the guy's name? The comedian. He was in Step Brothers and Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was imitating Harry Carey.
Right.
And he was so funny to the point, like, I didn't see a lot of Harry Carey.
Yeah.
But then when I went back and saw, takes of him, I said, "Oh wow, Will Ferrell." Now I get the joke.
Nailed it.
And so he nailed it, and it was Harry Carey on with what's the actor that played Jeff Goldblum? What was he in the Fly and So he was like doing like a science channel thing, but he's interviewing Harry Carey, and he's talking like all this like craziness,
right?
And he's like looking at him, and then they broke character because they started laughing. But it's hilarious if you ever look that up.
He was old. I mean, where you get a guy? He's 105 years old.
Yes, and he had
everybody
the glasses.
Take me out to the ball game.
Oh, right, absolutely, yeah.
Was those gazelles he was wearing?
It might have been. They would think, yeah, and to see
What do you know about that?
Will Ferrell was
90-year-old
wearing
hip-hop
those
artist.
too.
Like I said, what do you know about that? What do you know about that?
Well,
Yeah,
listen,
right?
I'm sure somebody wore Gonzalez before the hip hop.
Yeah, well, possibly.
Just
Harry
like
Carey.
Kangols. Kango was, is a British brand. It's just
Right.
that it was adopted by, hip hoppers. So I'm
Yeah,
sure
right.
there was somewhere there was some, British
Okay.
guys walking around with Kangos on before.
Okay. You're right.
Yeah.
Let's do some moving on, shall we? Let's get on to the little bit of NFL. Sorry, Dom.
I'm with you this year, guys.
Okay, you with us. This is something that this is right up your alley right here. The New York Jets won the season opener against the Buffalo Bills. But as we all know about the tearing of the Achilles heel of the great Aaron Rodgers, I think he took 3 or 4 snaps in the game, first quarter, and that was it. And gone in 60 seconds. Okay, which is that was a pretty rough game, by the way.
That was a rough one. That was rough. There were a few of them. Go ahead, Dom. I'm gonna let you take the lead on this, and I got a lot of stuff to say. But go ahead, Dom.
That's the only thing I could say, guys, is I'm hoping that this kid was paying attention, like he said he was during the summer.
See.
Yeah,
this is first of all, this is your idol. I ain't saying this. He said this.
Yeah,
I don't watch Hard Knocks too often. Again, it was the Jets, so let me join in because it's the Jets. I'm a Jet fan, but the things I heard him say and the mirror-isms and the ear like in Rodgers' mouth, and I'm not saying he's going to be the next Richard Todd or O'Brien,
right?
But I can't get over that, and it happens, guys. Don't get me wrong, but this guy was the second pick in the draft.
Yeah.
This is what, his second year?
Third
year. He got a new offensive coordinator. You still got Aaron Rodgers, who, again, was showing you the baby steps because you played all spring training, all preseason.
All preseason.
He sat there with his shirt on until the last day.
Yep.
So, and let's not forget, guys, he was 5-1 before the Jets had their bye week.
Yeah.
He went a little south, then he got hurt, and then the Jets totally went south.
Yeah.
But that being said, the ear with Rodgers, the team they have, guys, they have a hell of a running game. They have some dynamic wide receivers, and their defense got to be top 4.
Right.
So I always think to myself, Trent Dilfer.
There you go. Good.
Joe Flacco.
Right.
Hostetler.
Yeah.
These guys that just, hey, man, do me a favor.
Right.
Just don't mess up too bad.
Yeah.
And we can ride this wave. We can really ride this wave, too. I'm not saying the Super Bowl, guys.
Right.
But with the talent and we said this before the season started, guys, we kept adding Rodgers. But we also kept saying, man, look at all these. And not only pieces, all of them are young.
Yeah.
Except for Cobb.
Right.
They're all young, middle of the pack. Guy, man, look, Zach. Just be a dude, man. Just be part of this 52-man roster. Don't go out there to try to be Johnny Unitas, Joe Namath.
Yeah.
Just be you. And keep in the back of your head, Trent Dilfer, Hostetler, even Eli Manning, who played with some good defenses.
Yeah.
And ended his career with a 500 record, but he had 2 Super Bowls.
Right.
Yep.
Just be that guy, man.
How outstanding, or should I say astounding, would it be if this team went and actually did like an AFC championship? I'm not going to say Super Bowl.
Right.
Okay. I'm not going to say Super Bowl, but how astounding would that be to have this guy Wilson as quarterback? And like you said, because when you were talking earlier, Dom, the first quarterback I was thinking about when you were going down that lane was actually Trent Dilfer.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that came to my mind. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a great defense. You got the defensive player of the year at cornerback. You understand? You got Quinnen. You got Quincy. You got a whole bunch of players on that side of the ball. Like you said, top 4, top 5, easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
If not the best.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Easily. You understand what I'm saying? And again, you have that offensive firepower, okay, on the offensive side of the ball. You understand? It's just the quarterback dude, cut
You
down
know what?
on,
Not to cut you off. If
Yeah.
you listen to all of the quarterbacks I gave, they all basically had great defenses. I don't think they had the offensive firepower the Jets had.
True. Yeah.
Well,
They weren't built for
yeah.
offense. They were
Yeah,
the
well,
Ravens, the Giants.
Yeah.
They were built on defense.
Yeah.
They were going to manhandle you. Let's go back to the 80s. What's his name? The crazy guy with the Bears, McMahon.
Oh, yeah.
Was he a great quarterback? No, he had the greatest defense in
football. He had the 85 Bears.
Yeah. Come on, guys. It's happening. Again, I'm going to stop. I'm not going to get too jumpy, but we've seen this happen. We've seen this movie before.
Right.
But I think we haven't seen it with all the weapons the Jets actually have.
Right.
I'm going to stop here, guys. What did we say, Dave, before the season started? Man, we had a great offense and a great defense last year, man. We were just missing a quarterback.
Exactly.
We went out and got one of the best quarterbacks in football. So we already identified what we had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, here's the thing for me. We had the most obvious story, but what was bothering me Tuesday is that's pretty much what they wanted to focus on was the Aaron Rodgers story and the injury, because yes, of course, it's the biggest news in sports Tuesday morning.
Of course.
But that said, I felt that they spent so much more time on that than really on the rest of the performances that the Jets had. They were sort of afterthoughts. I was at a watch party. My cousin, biggest Jets fan I know. So we're over at his house. I mean, he's got the layout with the outside pool and the bar outside, and the TVs all over the place. Blasted. Nice. I know his neighbors were thrilled, but we went into that. I mean, we were so hyped. He had a house full of guys over, and not all Jet fans, but football fans. Okay. And the anticipation, and so Buffalo has the ball first. Now it's our turn. We go out there, and here it is. This is what we've been waiting for months now. And then the injury happens, which we didn't catch at first. It was one of my cousins says he was limping. And I was like, no, look at it. He's standing up. And what are you talking about? And then he sits back down. And they're like, oh. Right. But even at that moment, we thought, okay, maybe he got a little cramp or something. We didn't think it was that severe until it was. And the way that whole atmosphere deflated.
Oh, yeah.
And because the next thought is, okay, we lost Aaron Rodgers, who we've built pretty much this season around the fact that we have Aaron Rodgers to lead this great team. But now we got Zach Wilson coming. Right. And we're playing against Buffalo. And everything now feels like everything that could go wrong went wrong. Right. And I think the jitters of the moment or whatever, he throws that pick, he throws it right to the Buffalo defender. But then this defense kept on pressuring and making the plays to give him another opportunity. And all he had to do was follow the script. Don't go off script. They weren't stopping the run, and make the necessary passes, and then that catch that Garrett Wilson made. I mean, that needed to be on every highlight over and over.
That's like a candidate for catch of the year, exactly.
Yes, absolutely, the first game. But one thing I wanted to point out, and Dom, you were watching the game. Were you watching the game?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You remember the play? I think it was when early in the game when I think Hall broke one. Yes. And almost got the TD. If you look at that, this is what pissed me off. I don't know who it was on the Jets that was running alongside of him.
Wilson.
It was Wilson?
Yeah. He gave up thinking he was
Did you see? He celebrated.
Right.
Yeah.
He raised his fist up. Celebration. And the guy is like right next to him. All he had to do was throw that one block.
And that was it.
It was like, damn, we missed that opportunity.
Exactly.
But the point that I really want to get at is the resilience of that team to respond in that moment and then win that game, even if they didn't win, the way that they responded when it looked like desperation and despair, but you can have that resilience, but they got the talents to go along with the resilience.
Right. Yes.
Because the heart can be very willing, but they've got the talent and the skills to even on a night like that overcome the biggest sports injury story of the day and of a long time, and then come back and win that game, and then of course the kid, the undrafted rookie.
Oh, yeah.
You
saw him in Hard Knocks.
You saw him in Hard Knocks, and they gave him the shot.
Right.
And what did he do?
Man.
Came through.
Oh, it was I mean, we must have, the whole neighborhood must have been awake when we were screaming out there. So that was thrilling. But now we got now it's back to football.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But you know what? Without the catch by Wilson,
without that
punt return.
Oh yeah, that's right. 100%. Yeah,
exactly.
100%.
Exactly.
And then you saw the field goal at the end when it doinked.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on.
It was all set up for the dramatic.
But you know what? You know what, guys? And David, this is right, piggybacking on you and your thoughts and whatnot, about what you didn't like, the fact that but I understand. Again, it's the Aaron Rodgers story. I get it. The fans put their hopes and dreams on that moment when he took the field. I understand. So when he got injured, and I've seen plenty of videos on YouTube where the reaction, it would just seem like the air was taken from their body. It was like the oxygen was like, oh man, come on. Just the frustration and the anger and the disappointment. Yeah. Just overall, so I get it. But at the same time, they need to be shown and given credit for the resiliency. They should.
Yeah,
they didn't beat a bullshit team, guys.
Well, that's the thing. One last thing that I meant to say is there were 2.5 stories on Tuesday morning. Right. There was Aaron Rodgers. There was the Bills and the inability of Josh Allen, and so there were all these stories about him. And then by the way, the Jets won. The defense was incredible. Right. Was it Whitehead had 3 interceptions?
Yes.
But still, that was almost like the third story out of this, and I felt that they didn't get enough attention.
You know what? Realize that Wilson was 1-1 against the Bills last year.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly. You know what?
That's right.
Let me just say this real quick about this game and whatnot. And this is just a little microcosm of how I'm feeling about the Bills, in particular, Josh Allen. Be honest, I've mentioned this. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm not liking what I'm seeing from this dude lately. I'm just not liking it. And not to take away from him, because and David, I think our brother Dawood had put out a post about him.
Yeah. And I was messing with him a little bit. I was messing with him.
Yes, you were. Yeah, put out this post about saying, "Oh, you can't consider this guy overrated." Is what Josh Allen was talking about, and I agree. But I did say, listen, stuff I see is kind of bothersome to me as a Bills fan. I'm like, he doesn't make the greatest decisions in crucial times, and your turnover machine. I'm like, dude, what are we doing?
As a Bills fan, don't you think he's been in the league a little too long to just to still have that gunslinger mentality?
He has.
Yeah. I'm seeing more.
I'm not a Bills fan. I like the kid. Don't get me wrong.
Same here.
I think somehow or another, he still has that gunslinger. I can do this. I can get the ball downfield fast.
Exactly. Which is a problem.
Yeah. And against a defense like that, they're daring him to do that. It's almost like, he played right into their hands because they know that he wants to prove. Because also you got to think about it, a guy like him, there's 2 quarterbacks going into that game, and both of them, are pretty good. So all the story was on, was on Rodgers going into the game, and he wanted, people, hey, remember, I'm still here too. But all I say is that I see more regression than progression.
Yeah.
When it comes to his career.
Yeah.
Think about what the Jets did, guys. The Jets were down. They gave up 13 points.
13-3, right?
And they only blitzed the quarterback 4 times in the whole first half. The second half came.
Yeah.
It was on.
Yeah. He was running for his life.
They was putting the horns back and like, okay.
Exactly.
It's time to put some pressure on this guy. We know how he is. He's going to go to that gunslinger mentality, but now he's going to have somebody in his face. Let's see what he does. What did they score? 3 points?
That was about it.
They scored 3 points. And that lucky field goal.
Right.
And the Jets, he played right into the Jets' hands. The Jets played him in the first half and said, let's see what he got.
Yep.
He threw a couple of picks.
Yeah.
Let's see what he does with pressure in his face.
Let's see. Reggie is with us. Your mic is
live. Right, sure.
Welcome to Untitled, brother. How you doing tonight?
Yeah, I heard that Reginald guy was kind of messed up last week.
Oh, yeah.
Get him out of here.
Yeah.
That guy is no good.
Yeah, we had to kick his ass out of here.
I'm glad.
We weren't fans of Reginald.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm not bowling today.
Yeah,
I was hoping you was bowling and you dropped the ball on your foot.
Oh man!
Wow.
That was that other guy.
That was Reginald.
Yeah.
That was the other guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That was
just go Reginald after last.
What? Okay. Okay. So what I saw, right? What I saw, he regressed back into year 2 for whatever strange fucking reason. Okay, year 2, and now remember he kind of sort of fixed that in year 3, and now he I don't know what the heck he was thinking about, but I'm not going to say the Jets didn't win the game, but Buffalo damn sure lost it.
Well, I don't know. I think the Jets they outplayed them in the end. All game they outplayed them.
You can't win with 4 turnovers, bro. I don't care what game you playing. You can't win 4 turnovers.
And to be honest, Reggie, I'll tell you this: the latter part of last season, honestly, I started seeing this with Josh Allen. I started seeing this with Josh Allen.
No, I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what it is.
What's that?
And this is what it is. He's listening to what everybody is fucking saying instead of going out playing the game. Okay. If your strong suit, not saying he can't throw the ball, but if your strength is running the ball when there's nothing there, what should you do? Run the damn ball. Stop listening to what these guys say. Oh, he can't stay in the pocket. He can't do that. Yes, he can. But if there's nothing there, you take off. Daniel Jones, what did he do? Nothing's there. He takes off. Well, he has to take off because he don't have anybody blocking for his ass. So he has to do that. But we ain't going to go there yet. We ain't going to go there. We don't want to go there. But the Jets did a very good. The Jets did a very good job on the Buffalo Bills wide receivers. They didn't get open.
No.
That's all it was.
No, exactly.
And did you read the numbers? That was the most catches and the most yards somebody that Sauce ever gave up so far in his career. It was like 80 yards, 8 catches, something crazy. I just read it today.
Right.
He's never done that. I mean, he's only been in the league 1 year, but he's known to be that lockdown guy. So you had that going for you. But again, guys, all of this happened in the first half.
Right.
In the second half, when the Jets put them horns back, other than the goofy kick Dave's talking about, they didn't do nothing. The game should have been over.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about the doink that went through?
The doink,
The doink that went through.
I'm telling you.
Hey, look.
Done.
Hey, listen. It can't take nothing away from the Jets defense.
No, you shouldn't.
No.
And them running backs are going to be a problem.
Yep.
And honestly,
you're really going to see it because they don't trust Wilson as a quarterback.
Right.
Well, we're going to see because actually Dalvin had, I think, 33 yards. So he really didn't have a breakout game like that. It was.
Yeah, but the other guy had 100 and what?
Oh, no doubt. It was hard.
Yeah, but it's good to have a change of pace guy.
Right.
Well, right. And
that's just one game. Next game, Dalvin Like,
Exactly.
Right.
Because
remember that was his first game.
And yeah,
He
he
barely
came
played.
late.
I don't
Right.
think he played in preseason.
He
Did he?
didn't.
Dave?
No.
I don't think he did.
Yeah.
I think he
I don't
might have
think he
played a
took one
series.
snap.
He may have played a series.
That last game when Rodgers played, he
Right.
might have. Yeah,
He might have played.
But he
Although-
literally just joined the team.
Yeah.
And then they got some other guys back there too. I mean, they got a lot of young
They
talent.
do.
Yes.
They do.
Very
They
good
do.
guys.
Exactly.
And again,
But-
guys, we said this, but we added Rodgers. Now,
Yep.
of course, we got to delete Rodgers, add
Yep.
Wilson. But the other weapons that we kept talking about are still there.
Yep.
Right. They're still there. You know
Just
what I'm
be
saying?
okay, man. Just be okay, Zach.
So now,
Please.
Well,
so
you just
that-
gotta hope. You just gotta hope teams don't. Hey, take away the run and let Zach beat us.
Yeah, and they also have to make sure that O line is
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
protecting them.
Exactly.
And we're
So-
not, again, before we go, we talked about that and how did Rodgers get hurt?
Yep, exactly. 4
Right.
plays in
Well, here's the thing.
between that and the turf.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that turf thing in a minute. I just want to talk about something real quick. About these replacements, these rumors, and the most foolish and unbelievable one was this. I couldn't even believe this. Okay,
he's gonna
I
be
couldn't even believe this.
he's gonna be 60, and if there's an
Bro,
opening, they're still gonna be bringing his name.
I couldn't even believe the agent put this out there. Yeah, you calling about the availability, the depth chart of this team and whatnot. You understand what I'm saying? My thing is this. He's 36 years old. You haven't played in 7 years. 2016 is the last time you was under the center. And you're 36 years old. Okay? Why? Why would you even think this would gain some traction? You understand what I'm saying?
Who put that out? You said the agent did?
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah, the agent.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
his agent.
that would be his job.
Yeah. But you know who spearheads this all the time, right, guys? One word about Kaepernick, and here comes Jamel Hill.
Oh, yeah.
What, she said something
She just
too?
can't let it go.
Yeah.
And of course, she throws the race in it, and the Black Lives Matter, and the this and the that. And the,
Right.
let's remember, guys, he didn't go out that well his last year.
Yeah, that's
Now,
true.
we'll all say,
Well-
they didn't have a good team, this, that, and the other thing. But their team sucked. Let's be honest. I forgot how many games they lost.
No, the team sucked. And I got to disagree with you slightly a little bit on that one, Dom. He wasn't that bad, to tell you honestly. He wasn't that bad. He had 12 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. He wasn't bad.
Right. You know what it is he was 7 years younger. 7 years ago. And he was and I'm not disagreeing with you because back then you could have said, is he better than some of the guys who have jobs? And back 7 years ago, you could say, yeah, you could make more of a case for him back then.
Right.
No doubt.
Today, that 36 with 7 years of rest on you, it's like having a car that is 20 years old and a car that's 15 years old, and the 20-year-old car you kept up and you have it running and so forth, and the 15-year-old car is sat in your garage for the past 7 years. Well, then which car is going to be in better condition to go out there? Which one would you trust more?
For sure.
So the agent would do that, of course, but we know what it is.
And what's to say he don't go out there and again? I still think it's the curse of Joe Namath. Who's to say he don't fucking tear an Achilles or something like that?
Yeah, Reggie goes right for the injury.
No, but Reggie is absolutely right because that's what would happen. That's how that story would end.
Right. Exactly.
Everybody would be like, they gave Cap a shot, and he goes out there. I'm surprised that would have happened to him, not Rodgers. I'm surprised that was the ending for the Kaepernick story.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
But the sad thing about Rodgers was never injury prone. It ain't like he was Kaepernick sitting out for 7 years and he came back.
So with that being said, am I really crazy for saying that Jet fans should put together for a hitman, from Bolivia, get a collection together and take out Broadway Joe? I'm just saying.
Okay. Well, this
Or
is
Reggie.
what I'm willing.
Take out Reggie while you're taking out Broadway.
Take out Reggie because Reggie. Well, I'm
Wait,
willing,
whoa. It's not Reggie, it's Reginald. Let's get it right,
Reginald.
bro.
Oh yeah, okay,
Well,
Reginald.
I'm willing to send Joe Namath on a missionary trip to Russia and plant some weed in the spot.
No, you don't understand. We have to get rid of this guy. He has to be eradicated from the face of the earth. Yeah.
String him up by his pantyhose.
I mean, I don't believe in curses, but
something there,
mercy, man.
Bro,
Come on.
This dude, man. I'm telling you.
I'm just saying. I call it like I see it, dog. Call it like I see it.
That is some crazy shit, man.
So now like I said, with these replacements and stuff like that, now I will say this: do the Jets need to sign a veteran quarterback as a backup? Because I'm going to tell you, last year I saw some kid. It wasn't Flacco. This kid, he couldn't even. It seemed like he couldn't even throw the ball, but he was a good runner. I forgot this kid's name.
Peterman.
Quarterback?
Yeah, quarterback.
Peterman.
No, it wasn't Peterman. It was somebody else. It wasn't Peterman. And he was on the roster last year. He was like the third string. I forgot this kid's name, but he was more of a runner than a passer.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It was like having
they had about 3 or 4 of them in camp.
Right.
So I don't know if he's one of them. Not the second, but
no.
The third one. Yeah.
But I don't want to see that guy on the field. They have to bring somebody in. They have to. Even if you give Wilson the starts or whatnot, even if you bring in a Joe Flacco, God forbid. I'm just saying. You got to have somebody there.
Week 2 against the Cowboys if something similar happens to Wilson?
Exactly. You have to bring somebody in. You have to bring in.
You know who I would trust more than most of them? Believe it or not, sounds crazy. Fitzpatrick.
Yo, you took the name right out of my head.
Yeah.
I would trust him more than some of these guys we brought up.
Is he even still, or did he retire?
No, he was with the Mannings Monday night.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in on air.
For some reason, I trust him more than them names we're bringing up.
It's
now,
understandable.
you're right. I don't think he retired. I don't think he officially retired.
Okay.
But Brady's not coming out the locker room. Willis Reed ain't coming out the locker room.
Yeah.
So
we thought about that Willis Reed coming out.
Yeah. I was like,
your namesake isn't.
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't going to get Johnny Manziel.
No.
Oh gosh.
So
we don't want that.
I'm telling you guys, for some reason, when he got hurt, I was thinking, would it be that bad to bring Fitzpatrick in just for emergency purposes? I mean, he's done this before.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
What about Nick Foles?
On the Jets, wasn't he on the Jets?
He was.
Yeah, he was.
What about Nick Foles? Where's he at?
Okay.
I don't know.
If you're gonna do that, you might as well bring in that guy that used to be the Washington quarterback. What's his name? Taylor Henke, whatever his name is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Henke.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll tell you what now. After seeing what happened to Rodgers, I don't think it was a bad deal what the Cowboys did with that kid from the 49ers.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Whether he becomes anything or not, guys.
Right.
To have a backup plan like that.
Well, that's not a bad backup plan, bro.
Well, let me ask you guys this question. So beyond this season, what do the Jets do? Do they look to draft or do they
draft?
They're not going to be in the position. They ain't going to be in that position, guys. They're going to have a good record.
They're going to have. You know what?
So it's going to be
even though
are they going to have a good record?
Even though wait, I think Dom's right. I think Dom's right. I think they'll have a good record. But even so, this draft allegedly is supposed to be a quarterback heavy draft, from what I understand.
So,
I don't trust the draft, guys.
I mean,
Wilson was number 2.
Well,
I just said this 5 minutes ago. He was a number 2 pick. So why not come back with Rodgers? It'll be what? Next year will be Zach Wilson's 4th year. Some of these guys coming out of college sit for 4 years.
Look at Jordan Love.
Yeah, would it hurt for this guy to get 1 more year under his belt with Rodgers? First of all, guys, let's see what he does this year. Okay, let's pump our brakes a little bit.
Let's see
what he does this year. If he does decent, that 1 more year coming out the bullpen for Rodgers can only help this kid. Like I said, guys, we're talking about the draft.
The
draft is going to be heavy.
But Dom, but not necessarily for next year. I don't mean that they're drafting next year's quarterback.
No,
but they're going to need some kind of backup plan. And do they go out and get a guy, even if he's the backup to Wilson for a year?
Right. I'm in agreement with that. To be honest, I think they should.
What they probably going to do, they're going to see what Rodgers is going to do.
He's coming back.
You think so?
Yeah, he's coming back. He ain't going out like that.
But physically, he wouldn't be able to start next season.
That whole year, he got a whole year under his belt. Remember, guys, he got hurt game 1.
Right.
He damn near has 365 days to.
Okay, I mean, I was hearing 18 months.
No, I'm hearing 9 to 12 months.
Yeah,
9 really?
To 12 months.
Okay. Then that changed because I heard 18 months, and then the fact that he'll be a year older, he'll be 40, right?
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
No, he'll be back next year. He ain't going out like this, guys.
No, I know that he doesn't want to. I was just thinking that would he physically be ready to start next year?
But again, my thing is what's wrong with trying to get a quarterback, a young quarterback, even if it's not a number 1 or a top 10, even so. Yeah. Okay, but you get somebody.
So their needs are offensive line, and now their deficit is quarterback. What their one of their big strengths going into the season is now a deficit.
Right. Exactly.
So I think you look if there's a good enough quarterback available,
right?
I would go for him. Yeah. And then I would work on that O-line too.
Bring him up, man. Bring that quarterback along slowly. That's all.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Well,
it's a thought.
I just hope that they don't put Zach Wilson in a position to win the game for them.
Well, that's going to happen sooner or later, right?
It's going to happen. 16
I don't know. I still remember Trent Dilfer. That ugly stain stays in my head, bro.
Understood, brother.
What you're saying, Reggie, he was in that position last week. Remember, he came in the game. We were down.
Yeah.
He got his feet wet. And during his time in there, we were down. And then, the guy made a miraculous catch. Don't get me wrong.
Well, I mean, that was the catch.
Wait, hold on. That was more the receiver than it was the quarterback.
It was 100%.
Let's stop
exactly.
that. It was more the receiver than it was the quarterback.
99%.
So now you got to throw it up and hope my guy makes a play.
Right. The only difference between Zach Wilson doing it and me doing it is that he has the arm strength to get it to.
Right.
But
you gotta give that guy
Wilson on that.
He didn't lose the game.
Well, that's what I said. That's all we asked. Exactly what I said. Exactly. He didn't lose the game, but he didn't win it either.
That's all right.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, as long as he doesn't lose it, everything's good.
And you know what else? That push off on Diggs. That helped big time too.
Big time.
Guys, remember, Eli Manning ended his career with a 500 record. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl. Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl. Hostetler won a Super Bowl. You're telling me they're that much better than Zach Wilson? Really? Which one of them was a number 2 pick?
Listen, let me tell you something, dog. Let me tell you something.
Oh.
That year Jeff Hostetler led the Giants to the Super Bowl. That was all Otis Anderson, the run game, and the defense.
Yeah,
sound familiar, don't it?
Okay,
well, that's what he's done.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Again, Jeff didn't win no games. He didn't help lose no games, but he damn sure didn't win no games.
Right. Look at the Jets running game. Look at the Jets defense.
It's mimicking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute. So now how that running back situation looking right now? We might have to pay some running backs now, right?
They just did.
I
No, I'm just saying. They said, "Oh, the running back
you mean
position is
overall?
about."
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
see what you're saying, Reg. Yeah,
yes.
I see what you're saying.
They might want to slow that down real quick.
Yeah. They might want to go to. They might want to go to arbitration on that one.
Yeah, they need to, but
get these guys paid.
It ain't happening.
Yeah, no, it's not the game. The game doesn't see it that way.
It
seemed like Don was talking to Reginald. He said it ain't happening. You talking to Reginald behind our back there, Don?
Yeah, I think you know Reginald intimately.
Exactly. There you go. So, guys, how about this one? The NFL players are in favor of grass field instead of artificial turf. Now, why'd you let out that groan, Sir Dom?
Because what has it always been, guys? We seen it. Somebody brought up, and we all remember. I don't think there was a more dangerous field to ever play on in both sports than the Vet in Philly.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Like playing on concrete.
It had the concrete underneath it. Yeah, they had no padding. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, remember there's
I remember that.
Under that stuff, guys.
The street was more forgiving than that. Yeah,
imagine your body hitting that cement. No,
it was. They might as well just take some green paint and paint it over the parking lot.
You know what?
Stop. That shit is crazy, guys. It never happened.
Where's the lie at, though? Where's the lie?
Wow.
And you know what? Philly deserved it.
Yeah.
Philly deserved every inch of that space.
Every concussion.
Yep. That's right.
Was well deserved.
That's right. Right. Santa approves.
Come on, man! Don't do my man Wilbert Montgomery and Harold Carmichael like that.
Oh man,
yeah,
that's cold.
Don't do Harold Carmichael like that. That was my man.
Get out of here.
Yeah, you're a good dude. I like Harold, man.
Tell the truth, guys. What have we ever done, especially in sports? Not to go historic, but it seemed like every move they make to try to make something better makes it worse.
Makes it worse.
I mean, I'm just saying Philly, guys. There's other stadiums, but Philly had two teams playing suicide drills on that damn field. There's football and there's baseball.
And baseball.
Really?
And baseball.
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And I think, you know what? Because you remember when we were growing up, all the stadiums were multi-purpose.
Right.
So, you know, Shea Stadium, Yankee Stadium. You know, I remember, watching 49ers because they were one of the last ones to, Oakland. But so those fields would get, they would be choppy, the infield dirt and everything like that.
Right.
But still, this is what we grew up playing on. We were accustomed to that. We played on some crappy fields, especially in New York, where the Parks Department. I don't know if anybody's listening from the Parks Department, but they don't take care of those fields.
Never did.
I used to coach girls softball. We had to go out there and clean the glass and the needles off, off the field before they can go out there and play on it. Right. And all the divots and holes and stuff like that. But this is what we grew up on. These stuff now, these plays consistently, the Super Bowl. That was a big story with the Super Bowl. Besides the game, they were talking about the turf.
Right.
Yeah.
So the biggest game of the year, and they couldn't get it right.
Right. Right.
My high school went to artificial turf. Lehman High School.
Yeah.
Artificial turf.
You went to Lehman, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Me and Bobby Bonilla.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, I don't see what the purpose of having this artificial turf in the first place.
Nah. You know what it's because of how they're using these stadiums with the monster trucks and all this extra revenue they're bringing in these stadiums.
So that's
what you have real grass. You're gonna tear up.
Tear up the grass.
Let them do that monster truck shit somewhere else.
Yeah,
go in the parking lot and do it.
Go in the parking lot. Yeah.
Didn't they do it at different venues, like in New York? They used to do that stuff at like Madison Square Garden.
I saw it at Madison Square Garden.
Right.
Word of advice: if you ever go to a monster truck event in an indoor arena, bring 2 earplugs because it is the loudest. We had to leave. We had the kids with us. We had to leave. It was just
my dumb ass went to a race. My dumb ass went to a race at Dover when I was in Delaware.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it's a baseball game.
Right.
I see everybody coming in. We went to the night one on Friday where the trucks were racing. I see
Yeah.
everybody going up, and me and my son, we were like, yo, why don't nobody want to sit, like a baseball game, get the closest seat,
Right.
be on top of the dugout.
Right.
We ain't have no earmuffs. We ain't have no
my
earplugs.
God.
We lasted about 20 minutes.
Yeah. No,
but we did see one. We saw one wreck, so we were happy.
Yeah.
We saw a wreck.
Right. Right, because that's always entertaining.
We didn't know what the hell we was doing. We thought
You
we
can
was
come out here and you can just get on the Belt Parkway and you can see more than one wreck.
Wow.
Exactly.
I'm telling you guys, we lasted 20 minutes.
Yeah. No lie. No lie. It was the first and last. Friends had tickets and our kids were all small. We said, oh, wow, this would be fun to see the monster truck.
Yeah. Nah.
I'm telling you, I never experienced anything that loud. It was so bad. We had to take the kids out of there.
Wow.
It was bad.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
but it's true. I think you're right. About the multi-purpose use of these fields, but to the detriment of the players.
Exactly.
And Aaron Rodgers, the biggest star to go down
Back
with
to
that.
the NFL, guys. I hate to say this, but the NFL seems like of all the sports. I mean, they all have their ups and downs. But to me, it seems like the NFL, for an organization making billions of dollars, how do they treat the people that are making the billions of dollars?
Yeah.
Shitty.
That's right.
I've never got that. That's why I was never really into football, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say political, but I'm like, how do they treat these guys?
I mean,
yeah.
You're a guy of standards and morals. You understand?
Yeah.
And just like you said, with the statement you just put out there, you're, like I said, you're a man of that caliber and whatnot, and you think, and it makes you wonder, like, yo, if I was an owner, this is what I get from you. If you were an owner, you wouldn't do that shit.
Well, you know what? Too. Can I just say this? It's because you don't get CTE from an Achilles injury. See, they went full out once it was determined that these concussions led to erratic behavior after you're playing, and people were actually getting hurt and killed. Then they focus on, well, we got to do something with the helmets and we got to protect guys' heads. But you get you get an Achilles injury, they put you in a boot, but you're not going home and thinking about shooting up and killing yourself.
And think about this with the artificial turf, guys, and the cement under that.
Yep.
How many concussions were caused by that?
Yeah.
Not just head-to-head contact.
Well, yeah.
Somebody getting slammed to the ground and
and you got 300-pound guys landing on you.
The NFL tried to fight that this shit was never happening.
Yeah, for the longest time.
You hitting the floor, the cement ground. They fought this tooth and nail. That what you're seeing really ain't what you're seeing.
Right, exactly.
Right.
They fought this for years, guys.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy. Well, I don't know if they're gonna do something about it because, again, to me, it seems like you just used the case of the CTE. My thing is this, they wait for something to happen and then they want to react. You understand?
Right. Very reactionary.
It's very reactionary. It's never beforehand. You understand? Right. It's always reactionary.
Right.
It's not like we didn't see the car coming doing 100 miles an hour. We're gonna wait for
Right. We're gonna wait for impact. I mean, well, this is the league that had leather helmets for a long time.
And nobody got hurt.
Nobody. Right. Well, that's the thing too. How many times we all grew up in New York City? We played out in the street and stuff like that. I had so many of these injuries that next day I was back out there playing. I don't know.
I had a couple of concussions just during my career.
Right.
Shit that I wasn't thinking about. That.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it goes to show you, like you said, David. We was out there in the street, playing. Soft tackle / hold. Or if you go to the park, you're playing tackle.
You're absolutely playing tackle.
And as you put out there
going
with
back
the
to Dave,
going
back to Dave with the fields. Dave, I was a player in the Babe Ruth Little League across from Yankee Stadium. Then I came back as a manager for the same police department I played for.
Okay.
Yep.
And you're right, Dave. We're out there cleaning the field.
Yep.
You know, it was in the Bronx. But,
Yeah,
please, I love the Bronx.
Yeah, but
you know where Yankee Stadium is located, right?
Yes, yeah,
It
right.
ain't in the most fan-friendly neighborhood.
It's not. That's why they try to get them in, get them out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we was picking up needles and
absolutely
pipes and all this shit before we played. Nobody was thinking about that. There wasn't
No.
no Parks department.
Right.
I don't know if I ever seen somebody from the Parks department at the Babe Ruth
Right.
League.
Right. No, absolutely. There wasn't. They were just true. But then you would go to Long Island or someplace and you would see these fields. That's why, if you played baseball on New York City fields, and you had to learn how to pick it because bad hops were part of the game.
Oh, hell yeah.
Stuff. Yeah, the field conditions just atrocious.
Yeah, it was. I always told myself when I finally retired and I moved down south, I thought to myself, man, first of all, I know I was better than Bobby Bonilla in high school. But if I would have grew up in the South where I could have played baseball 9 to 10, 11 months a year,
those Florida kids.
I know I'd have been in the pros.
Yeah.
Not to brag, I was just that
Right.
good.
Yeah.
But if I was able to do this year round, oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. But I grew up in the Bronx, and
that's right.
We had that seasonal shit, and
right.
Well, and you had to, and then I went to a shitty high school. We couldn't get out our own way. I think the school was probably 3 years old when I went there. I think we had 1 or 2 wins in football, 1 or 2 wins in baseball, and I played for the basketball team too. We had probably 2 wins in that in 3 years.
Right.
And I was like, I was the baseball guy playing on the basketball team. So
because
when I came in the game, man, as soon as I touched the ball, I was shooting. I was like, shit, we ain't winning.
Right. Exactly.
As soon as I touched, I don't care where I was at.
Right.
Yeah. I'm open.
Palo would be like, you need to, man. Shit.
You need to what? Because obviously everything that you thought of isn't working.
Yeah, we're over 3 years, and you complaining about a shot I took.
What you need to do? Yeah,
really. You might want to kick me off this team because I'm going to shoot. Oh, it was a clown show, man. Serious. But I look at it like Florida. These southern states guys,
these
come on,
facilities,
how much better would we have been?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. To play on those kind of things. Yeah,
you can't compare what we had up here in New York to somebody that, like, even if you go to Long Island, it wasn't like Dave had said, man. You see the like if it's football, you see the chalk lines.
Oh my gosh!
Everything is set up perfectly. You understand? There's no divots, no holes.
Guys, let me tell you something. Growing up in the Bronx, when we played in Queens, you guys stomping ground.
Yeah,
we thought we was playing in Midtown Manhattan. Coming from the Bronx. Trust me. Coming from the Bronx and playing in Queens.
Well, then you must have had some hard ass fields.
I'm serious. When we went to Queens to play, we thought we were in Beverly Hills. Oh, Queens. Oh my God.
Let me tell you.
I'm gonna tell you, it wasn't all of Queens. I can guarantee you that.
I can guarantee you too. You went to
it was probably bordering Nassau County.
Right.
You was probably on there. You was bordering Nassau.
Coming from the Bronx and playing in Yallsboro, man, that shit, we thought we was coming home like, oh man, that's how they play outside the Bronx. Again, guys, Babe Ruth Little League. Babe Ruth Little League was synonymous with Little League baseball in New York City.
Yes, yeah.
And it was the shittiest field I ever saw.
Right. They ain't fixed the field since Babe Ruth was playing.
Exactly.
Right across the street from Yankee Stadium. You're playing baseball. You're looking up at the house that Ruth built.
Yeah.
And you're playing on craters. Like you said, the ground ball come your way. You be like,
exactly.
Hail Mary.
Exactly. Yep.
Should I catch it?
No,
I let it hit off my chest. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Me growing up playing basketball, shit. When I saw a basketball court with actual nets, I was like,
I was
amazed. I was like,
now I will admit, guys, I grew up in a bougie housing complex in Throgton. So our courts were, we was probably one of the first. I know in the Bronx. We were probably one of the first housing areas in the Bronx to have the macadam court. Where you were playing silent ball.
Yes.
You couldn't hear the ball bounce. And
right.
Almost that rubbish Yeah, we
Yeah.
won. Our basketball. I'll tell you what, our housing area people, they kept our project in tip-top shape. You get caught walking on the grass. Shit, you better have been running. Cops be done chased your ass if you were walking in the grass.
So
Our
where
grass
was
green?
where was Rod Strickland from where you were? How far was Rod from you?
I don't know. What's the name? Probably grew up the closest to where I live. Nate Archibald.
Okay, nice.
He didn't grow up where I grew up.
Right. But the closest.
He was from the closest part of the Bronx.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you guys, I swear to God, if you got caught walking on the grass, if the cop caught you walking on the grass, he was hooking you. He was hooking your ass out that grass. And you'd be lucky if he didn't bring you to your parents.
That was the original get off my lawn.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what?
You're right.
There were parents that were so scared their kids were going to get lassoed that they'd be looking out the window.
Right.
And if they saw you in the grass, get out the grass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I never saw a project like that, guys. To be honest, I mean, I played in Mitchell. I played in all of them.
Are you sure that was the projects?
Yeah, Dave. Look at. I mean,
it don't sound like it.
Yeah. I've gone back over the years, and it's like a normal housing area.
Well,
now,
but
yeah. But when I was a kid, no, guys, we had a macadam basketball court with red, white, and blue nets.
Yeah, wow.
He figured that shit out.
He was living like those projects.
But the downside of it, guys. The downside of it was we had to go other places to play competition. Like I would have to go to Soundview, West Palm.
Okay.
So we didn't have many, stellar athletes where I grew up because we was in that bougiest segment of the Bronx.
You were in the gated community.
Yeah.
You see that?
And then I moved to the all-white community. My mother became, semi-stable.
Right.
So now I went from this to shit. Now my friends can't even come hang out with me. I live where the fucking Klan lives.
Oh gosh.
No, it wasn't that, but it was.
Yeah, but
there
was
none zip, guys. Not one black person
Damn.
on a 6-8 block radius.
Wow.
Serious.
Okay.
I went from a housing area to this shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta join the army. That's how I ended up joining the army.
They said you talk too much like a black guy.
Exactly. Your head was spinning. Yo, let's do this real quick. Take any of your takes from week one. I got a few. Obviously, there was the kickoff game with Detroit and Kansas City. I thought that was
Yeah.
And just like I said, you guys heard me, and you guys agreed for the most part. That coach, he was clowned at first for Detroit. I remember he was universally clowned. Okay, and he came in there, and I think he's changing that culture. I really believe he has these guys believing they could win every game if they compete every down, which they freaking do consistently.
Wait, hold up. I'm sorry.
What's up?
What did Reggie put up there?
I don't know. What did he put up?
In the private chat.
What? Wait, what?
You still single? Are you still single?
Yeah, I see it. Wait, I gotta read this because I can't put it up there. This is really ridiculous. He saw a post on Facebook. Mike Tyson willing to pay $10 million to anyone who marries his daughter. What?
Yes, I just saw it.
Get the hell out of here.
I ain't know Mike had $10 million.
I didn't know Mike Tyson had a daughter. What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, does he have like the dispensaries and stuff? Didn't he have like a weed farm?
Yeah, he got a weed farm now. Yeah.
But I hate to say this, and no offense, Mike, but if you have a daughter, I mean,
don't do it. Don't do it.
Mike is a friend of the show.
Let me stop you right there.
I'm just saying.
We know. We know.
You get the disclaimer ready. Get the disclaimer ready.
Right. Let me stop you right there.
What does it say on the screen? Takes of week 1 in the NFL. All right.
Yep.
You know what's weird though? Not to get on Mike Tyson.
Okay.
All right, back to our regularly scheduled program.
It's not my fault. It's the guy that put this in there.
Not to save ours ass, but y'all remember last week? Reggie was giving us play-by-play of that game.
Right.
Yeah,
Everybody kept saying,
that's right.
Only the first quarter.
Right.
That's absolutely right. Yep.
Telling you, man.
Reggie gave us play-by-play.
There you go.
Exactly. That was Reginald.
No more Mike Tyson.
That was Reginald. Reginald was another friend of the show. Yeah.
So that was
guy.
The first one that left an impression on me. The first game. The second one was that Monday. Oh man. Oh, not Monday. The Sunday night.
Game.
Woo!
What kind of impression could that game have left on you, bro?
Which game was Sunday
There was
night?
there was nothing good. There was nothing good. There was nothing to see. It was Dallas. It was Dallas Cowboys playing a scrimmage. That's what they was doing.
I loved it because now here's a funny thing. I'm coming home from work. I was coming home from work and I was on my phone. I was watching the game and I'm looking at this team and I'm like, wow, they're doing pretty good so far. The opening drive, I was like, oh wow.
Yeah.
And then it happened.
The wheels fell off.
After that blocked field goal and a return for the touchdown.
My man.
It went down from there. Yes, sir.
My man.
Yes, sir.
My man. It was next subject. I don't even want to talk about it.
I watched 10 minutes of that game.
Wow.
Yeah, me too. And
I just saw the wheels.
It was funny. Every time I checked the game, Dallas just kept scoring. I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie to you because I'm not a Giant.
How many
fan.
interceptions did he throw that night?
I think it was 2, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was only 1. 2. That second one wasn't on him.
Still an interception. Sorry.
Nah. No, can't do that.
I can't.
I gotta defend him a little bit. God damn it.
Like I said,
can we get an offensive line? That's all I ask.
I had the most pleasurable ride home.
Oh man.
Because I'm not a Giant fan. I'm sorry. I'm just not, and I'm just like I can't.
Well, you know what? With what the Giants did with Flores, you know what? It's kind of losing his luster for me. But carry on.
Yeah. Okay. I hear you, brother. I hear you. You know. So another game that left the impression on me was the Bengals and Browns game.
Oh.
Now
Deshaun didn't look bad, did he?
He didn't look bad. Now here's my thing. Joe Burrow just signed this contract. First game after this contract signing, you go out there and he looked horrible. He looked horrible. He stunk it up. And I see a lot of people coming to his defense. Oh, well, it was raining. Listen, let me tell you something about that. You're a professional football player. I'm not buying that as an excuse.
It was raining for both teams.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that at all. You know, that's no excuse. He sucked.
Nobody came to Daniel Jones' defense, did they?
No. And
exactly. So why are we coming to Joe Burrow's defense?
Well, you know what's sad? It ain't like Deshaun Watson lit up the joint.
He didn't.
He only threw for 154 yards.
Exactly. Because I was seeing it.
Is that bad?
Yeah, they both were not that great, to be honestly. But you know what I was seeing? A lot of passes that were shorted to the receivers, especially on Deshaun's part. I was like, yo, what's going on? I'm not trying to hear a wet ball. Okay, you're a professional player getting paid a ton of money. Get past that.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna stop you on that. You said Deshaun Watson.
Here we go. Time
out. No.
Wait, no.
What,
Let me give you. Hold on. Let me give you your proper introduction, ladies and gentlemen. I present to you Red McCoy, attorney. There you go. Now you may proceed, sir. Go ahead.
Well, you know, he had to get the rust off, bro. He was off what? How many years? Let's be honest. How many years was he?
Stop.
How many?
You know what?
Did he go to training camp? Did he go to training camp?
Yeah.
Did he go to training camp?
Even still, that's not.
He played last year.
Yes, he did.
He played what? 1-2 games?
No,
come on, that don't count. That don't count.
Oh my God. But I'll tell you
that
what,
don't count.
A lot of people, Jeff Burrows included, what's the quarterback on the Ravens? Jackson?
Lamar Jackson.
Right.
Burrows. All of these quarterbacks need to be thanking Deshaun Watson because that's why their contracts are so damn high.
Hello.
If y'all gave this guy this high contract, and he didn't at that time, Reggie, he hadn't played in a year, remember? And Cleveland gave him that humongous extension.
Yes.
Right.
And everybody else is sitting back saying, what about Rodney? What about Dave? And you know what? That snowball effect, people got to sit back and thank Deshaun Watson. He opened up the floodgates for these quarterbacks.
Yeah, well, that is
like
true.
it or not, he did. And at that time, Reggie, he hadn't played in a year.
Right.
Imagine that. He sat out a year and got the highest contract.
Well,
how about that?
Okay, I got another take.
Go ahead.
And this gonna hurt me to my soul. But
no, it ain't.
Yeah, no, it is. Because I actually like this fucking team.
Who's this?
If they only had a fucking defense, bro.
Who?
The Chargers.
Oh, Jesus, man.
If they only had a defense, my God. You got Bosa and you got this, what's the other boy name?
Whatever.
Mack. What is this?
Yeah.
The linebacker.
Khalil Mack.
Khalil Mack. They can't stop a fucking runny nose, bro.
Well, that's their fault. That's their fault, man.
You put up 30-something points and you can't stop the team from scoring. Oh, man. It sucks.
The culture.
Who did they lose to? The Dolphins?
Yep.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, guys.
Mr. Concussion himself.
I was going to say that, Reg. This guy he don't have a concussion. And I guess the talk was, trying to follow football. The talk was that this guy can't throw downfield.
He didn't have no problem Sunday. He didn't have no problem doing that Sunday. Jeez,
no kidding.
And he was launched some balls, and I was like, wait a minute.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, who said he can't throw the ball downfield? That's a lie.
A lot of these pundits was like he can't, but then again, he was hurt.
Yeah,
this guy had 30 concussions last year. I mean, what did you think he was going to do? But he didn't. Game one, he didn't do
Stop it! You're killing me.
Come on now.
You're killing me.
Come on now.
Oh man.
He got an arm, fellas.
He can launch it.
Yeah, he can launch it. And then my last take is the Packers. This guy Jordan Love with 3 touchdown passes, coming out party. Victorious against, I think it was the Bears he was victorious against?
It was the Bears, bro.
Yeah.
38-20, exactly.
It was the Bears.
Yeah.
No. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
Okay, you're not gonna do it. I am. It was the Bears.
We are not gonna do that. I don't care who it was. It's a professional football team. Bottom line, that's it. He had a good showing out party. And next week, if he falters, all right, so what? But let's give credit where credit is due. Give the guy credit.
Yeah. I'll tell you who I like, guys. I like the Jaguars.
Okay.
Strange reason. Seem like they're gonna be fun to watch again.
Yeah.
I mean, what were they losing by 27 points last year to the team Reggie's talking about?
Oh God! Can we gloss over this?
No.
Okay. See. Now I didn't say one thing about Aaron Rodgers. I didn't say one thing about Aaron Rodgers. See?
You could have.
Just saying.
You had your chance.
Nope. I'm not going to kick a man while he's down.
Oh, Lord.
I'm not going to say the Jaguars beat a great team. They beat the Colts.
Right.
There's something about that team, man, that looks fun to watch. I mean, they're going to win the division.
You know what, Don? I'm actually glad you're watching football, bro.
Yeah, I had to keep up with y'all, man.
Well, the thing is, hey, Dom, do you think...
watch Red Zone. I don't watch games. I just watch Red Zone. I'll be honest.
Dom, let me ask you a question. Do you think the Jaguars, you said they're fun to watch, are they on the same level or near the same level as the Detroit Lions?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and they're going to win their division. It might be a little harder for the Lions, though some people have the Lions going to the NFC Championship.
Yeah, some people do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exactly. Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the Lions, I will say, the Lions' building blocks may have been a little off course compared to the Jaguars. It's like the Jaguars touched every base, it's like the Lions touched a couple of bases and all of a sudden they was running toward the home plate.
Right.
Yeah.
And it seemed like they got that good that fast.
Right. That fast. Exactly.
And remember, guys, we was talking about this last year about how many games they lost by 3 points, 5 points.
Yes, they lost a lot. They lost a lot of. They was in every game.
Yeah,
exactly.
They were in every game.
Every game, exactly.
And the coach never gave up. He kept preaching the same thing, and these building blocks, and everybody laughed at Goff. Oh, this guy, they traded him for Stafford. He couldn't make it in here. Now look, again, guys, maintain, play with what you got, and let's see where the chips are.
Exactly.
Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson.
Oh yeah. I think I said that in the paint, if I'm not mistaken. I said leave well enough alone. Get the kid a shot. Just don't put him in a position to win the game. That's it.
Okay. Okay. Well, with that being said, let's do a little moving on, a little NBA stuff.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
So, a couple of rulings. This got passed in the NBA on
long time coming.
Load management with the stars and whatnot. Yeah, listen, when they first had this, first of all, let me tell you something. Let's say all of us are going to a game, okay? And we want to go to a game. We want to see some stars play, have a good evening, see the better team win. But then you get the news, oh, this certain player is taking off because of his load management, along with his other star player, his teammate is. So why am I paying premium prices? You understand? Hell, I can even take it to TV. Why am I paying premium prices on NBA TV?
Yeah.
To see a matchup and the main players, the star players aren't playing because of this load management. You know what I'm saying? This is overdue. You understand? Stop that bullshit. And another thing that bothered me too was, and they did explain it because at first I kind of overshot it. I was like, well, what defines a star? What defines a star?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then I had to go back and I said, oh, that's what they're talking about. I got you.
Yeah, they actually.
But again, guys, Commissioner Bobblehead, what have you done? What have you done to improve this game? You got to threaten multi-million-dollar players that we're going to fine you if you don't play the game. We're paying you multi-million dollars to play.
Right.
And guess what, R? When you talk about paying like league pass, once you pay, you ain't getting your money back.
No.
Who's playing?
Yeah.
And my last take on this, the guy that was going to fix planet Earth was going to be the next president of the United States, knew everything, the Greg Popovich of the world, created this shit, and there he is just.
Yeah.
Well, that's the point that I wanted to get to is load management a player issue or a team issue?
Both. It's a both. I think it's more of a team though, Dave.
I think I think so too, because the players can, they would have to legitimately come and say, I can't play tonight, coach, because I have XYZ injury. But then this load management came into play, and like you said, Popovich and now other teams have adopted it, but it's to me it's the teams that created
right.
This.
I think it's the team wanting to play, because remember, guys, when this started, Popovich was sending players home.
Right,
they were going back to San Antonio while you were playing a game.
Right.
Really, and nobody said shit because he was Greg Popovich. But see, that also created the theory of regular season don't mean jack.
Right.
This is where regular season don't mean jack, because we're resting R and Dave and Dom for the gold ball.
Right.
Yeah. Now all of a sudden we got this theory of, why am I going to watch this shit? And that's what fans should have did. Fans should have really said, you know what, y'all think the regular season ain't worth a damn? Well, I'm gonna stop watching it. I'll just wait till May and see how your ratings and your revenue turn out.
But you go to a game in December and they're charging you, an extraordinary amount of
sure. Money. Exactly. Come on.
So we're as ownership is responsible. We are too. Because we put up with it. We could have said, you know what, you guys are putting this in our face.
Yeah, we should have.
Y'all are just mushing us, saying the regular season don't mean jack.
Yeah.
But we're still going to charge you $200, Dave.
Exactly.
You get a good seat at the Barclay or the Garden.
Yeah.
Okay,
regular season don't mean nothing, but keep on coming.
Okay, so
don't care who's playing, just keep on coming.
I'm in agreement with you on a lot, but most importantly, my opinion is if you're going to do load management, okay, you can't do it on the road.
I
You
was just
can't
about
do
to
it.
say that, Reggie.
You cannot come to the East Coast if you're a West Coast team and you come to the East Coast. You cannot not play
one time a year
because this is the one time you come to that city.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I will say that. Now, if you staying
okay.
in the Western Conference and you got 3-4 games against teams, okay, I could see you sitting out a game, maybe even 2. Okay. But if it's at home, yeah, you sit out at home. You don't sit out on the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
To that extent.
It still don't equal up, guys, because no matter where you're playing, somebody's paying exorbitant amount of money to watch this shit.
Right.
And again, you're
right.
You're threatening people. You're threatening people with money that you are paying $1 zillion. Like they really care, or if you're gonna fine me $10,000 because I ain't playing tonight.
But Dom, you're absolutely right.
Right.
But to Reggie's point, and I was thinking the same thing. There's 2 parts to it for me. Number one, if you only do the load management at home,
right,
then you are giving your home fans more of an opportunity to see the player than you would be if it was like an East Coast, West Coast thing. But the other thing is, if you are home, let's just say, for example, for lack of a better example, the Knicks or the Nets, because we're here in New York. At least our Reg and I are. If the fans going to the game occasionally, like I've been to a couple of Knicks games, I'm not a season ticket holder, but if I'm a fan going to the game and I'm not even getting a chance to see my guys, the teams would respond more to their home fan base than they would on the road. So like if I'm the Lakers, for example, and I got LeBron and I bring LeBron to Charlotte once a year, I'm not listening to the Charlotte fan base. I don't really care about the Charlotte fan base, but I would listen more if there was an outcry from the Los Angeles fan base. And so if you make it where they can only do it at home, and your own fan base is now crying out about the lack of LeBron and I was going to say Davis, but Davis load management's in a different way. But I'm saying that then who am I going to respond more to? I'm going to respond more to. Hopefully, I'm going to respond more to my own fan base. Only here in New York, Dolan doesn't respond to his fan base, but in most places they will respond to their fan base. So I'm liking the idea of if you're going to allow load management to exist, then you only allow it at home.
But let me ask you guys a question. You come up with this theory after you created the theory of you have to play at least 65 games.
Right.
That means you're letting somebody miss 17 games.
Yeah.
Now you're going to say you can't do it this way or that way or this way or that way. Which one is it, bobblehead? I mean, again, everything you seem to touch. Shit.
Well, as long as they play in the Sippy Cup.
Yeah, you're more concerned with a Sippy Cup tournament.
Right.
You are 65 games.
Right.
So how do you measure this? I mean,
exactly. You
can't
measure
65 games. And now you're gonna bitch about load management. You gave them the green card to load manage.
Yeah.
You said here. Go ahead, you got 17 games. I don't care how you use them.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you're going to try to threaten them with money. Of course, you're going to threaten millionaires with $10,000, 20, whatever the fine is.
Yeah.
Right.
Come on, guys. Really, this guy is a clown, man.
Yeah.
He's a clown. I'm sorry.
Right.
No shade. He's a clown.
No, he's definitely a clown. I agree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was
It
confirmed.
took him forever. Guys, we had conversations where I always go back to, we had conversations when we were doing this on the phone, about what he's doing with the NBA and, this load management. And he said 3 years ago when we were doing this on the phone, he's going to put an end to this. And it took him till we're doing this live on Facebook, YouTube. We don't grew faster than him. That shit out.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
Did y'all see
he made a move?
Did y'all see a post on Facebook? I think it was in our group about Rick Barry talking about back then to now.
I don't know if I saw that.
Okay, he was. It was along the lines. It was along the lines of him saying, "Well, shit, if we had masseuses and we were able to
Yes,
travel, or we would have been just as good as these guys." Do you believe that to be true?
I'll tell you what, Reginald. Since you went down that slope, here's the weird thing: you got all these talking heads, the podcasters, the JJ Reddicks, that this generation is so much better than that generation.
Right.
But what was the first word out of Steve Kerr's mouth when we didn't medal in FIBA? Oh, this ain't 1992 anymore.
Right.
No shit.
Right.
Which one is it?
Right. Which one is it?
1992,
right.
ain't it? I thought y'all were more athletic, in better shape, and we can't even medal in FIBA. Right. I don't care who you sent. You sent American professional.
They lost that last game,
and we didn't medal.
They came in fourth.
They didn't even medal, Reggie.
No, they lost to Canada.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, they lost to Canada.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Why was that a topic?
They lost. They lost that last one.
Wait,
my bad.
Wait, what? I didn't know. I didn't know. Wow. Yeah, well, the world has caught up, I guess.
Well, listen,
you're telling us that this generation is so much better than the other one,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't believe that. Yes, this generation has two things that the previous generation doesn't, and that's with anything. They have the better technology, and they also have the fact that they grew up watching their predecessors. Right. You know, so they watch these guys play, and they learned a lot from these guys. So they have the benefit of that. Each year, as the game evolves, that's the difference. The game has evolved, but the talent. If you put those guys of yesteryear in today's situation, talent-wise, they have the talent to play basketball, and I think they would be dominant today, just like they were dominant in their day.
Okay.
I don't think the talent. I think we confuse talent with the evolution of the game.
Right.
I'm so weird, guys. I look at who today was as good or even better, close to a two-way player than Oscar Robertson, who was, even with Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, were they just as good a shooter as Jerry West, and Jerry West didn't have a three-point line.
Right.
So when you start doing these goofy comparisons, what small forward was better than Elgin Baylor? What center was better than Will Chamberlain?
I gotta tell you, I absolutely hate these comparisons.
I hate all
I can't stand it, because again, the game was different back then to what it is today. You know what I'm saying? It's like you use the word evolve. You understand what I'm saying?
But they keep doing it,
and I can't stand it.
This young generation keeps doing it. We're that much better.
Right. But no, you're not.
I can't agree with that at all.
No.
Come
on, guys.
So now
all of a sudden, because we lost in FIBA, we're going to send our big guns to the Olympics.
Right.
And who are they?
And all the
we don't have any.
All the big guns that are sending are post prime.
Right, and they're getting old. They're old.
So here, this is again. You're leaning on the older guys. You know, we're not looking for these 21-year-olds.
No.
Okay, so this is what I saw. The little bit that I did see. You can't teach size.
Okay, you can't. I agree with that.
Never could.
No. What big man? What skill big man do we have right now? Let's say American,
right?
I'll wait.
Well, I'll tell you what. The guy they had playing for them, Jackson. But
he's not a big man.
He's big enough to compete with the guys that he was playing against. But here's the thing: who was the coach? Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr's used to playing this small ball, run up and down the court.
Right.
Everybody take a shot and. You go back and play defense. No, they don't play like that in Europe. They don't play like that overseas.
No.
Now, Reggie, what was the question you asked again about the big man?
Who do
I
we have?
said, who do we have? What American big man do we have that's even, I'm not even going to say skilled, but I'm going to say talented that can compete up against these Europeans? I
Well,
can't name one.
Embiid.
I mean,
Joel
Embiid,
Embiid, he's one of
no.
us.
Cameroon.
Yeah, he's not American.
No, he's
But
not.
he's
Believe it or
an
not,
American citizen. He's
I was
going to
gonna-
play for us
Oh,
in the
so you
Olympics.
mean yeah, but
Yeah,
okay.
he's going to
I
play
was-
for us in the Olympics.
I was actually going to put up
okay.
somebody crazy, to you honestly.
Who, Cat?
Who? No.
Cat?
No,
Cat?
he
I
played
was
for the
Robinson.
Dominican Republic.
I was going to put him on. Believe it or not, I was going to put up.
Yeah,
What's
he
his
did
name?
play for the DR. Yeah.
Somebody that's probably underrated. I was going to put up Brooke Lopez. Believe it or not.
Oh,
Anthony Davis.
okay. And how old is Brooke Lopez?
Oh, you
Brooke is
know they're
like
not going to let
85.
Anthony Davis
About
play.
100.
No, I wouldn't let Anthony Davis play 2K.
But he's there. I'm saying he's
Yo,
a big
what's
guy
his
that-
rating on 2K?
You know what? I have to look it up.
Oh, God.
look it up.
I got to get a game system, guys. Y'all are killing me.
It's right next to his medical chart.
What about,
Oh.
as much as I hate to say it, what about Mitchell Robinson?
Wow.
Block
What a-
shots, get rebounds.
But does
Yeah,
Mitchell
okay,
Robinson
okay.
think he's a big man?
Mm.
Not on YouTube.
Exactly. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Mm-mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying?
But
That's the problem.
Jaren Jackson was a good piece with a wrong coach.
Mm.
Mm.
I could agree with that for sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you think if it was a different, if it's a different coach, it's a different outcome, Dom? That's what you're saying?
Probably.
He didn't say that, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Because again, look what you're playing against. And remember, guys, Joker didn't play for his team. Giannis didn't play for his team. So there's some pros that didn't represent their team in FIBA.
That's true.
But will represent their country in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Right.
So now here we are. We send these guinea pigs out there at FIBA that probably won't represent us in the Olympics. How did we do this?
Mm.
Yeah.
You know, again, somebody brought up a good point. Why don't we make these Olympic coaches or these whatever Olympic coach FIBA? Why ain't that a full-time job? Why are we trying to dig into the pro basket to get a coach? Why don't we hire Dave Sanford and say, hey, this is your job.
Right.
We want you to build the team, train the team, and run the team. Other countries do it.
I agree. I could have gotten them to fourth place.
Yeah, I could have not. They could have
Well, there's this thing called the NBA season and contracts.
Again, Reg, that's a good point. We're still mixing apples and oranges.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Kerr coaches the Golden State Warriors. Where's his priority?
Yeah.
FIBA, Olympics, or Golden State?
Right, because Steve Kerr is preparing for the Sippy Cup tournament.
Exactly.
Right.
There you go.
They have full-time coaches.
So what about these? So what about these
staff.
assistant coaches and shit? Hey, I think Becky Hammond could have got us the gold medal.
Possibly.
Okay. That's a possibility.
Yeah, I mean the bar.
Somebody brought that up. We're mixing apples and oranges, and we're the only country doing that.
Right. And then these guys, I can't even say they well, a lot of these European players that play for the NBA, they know how to play certain guys. They know the tendencies and stuff of that nature.
Yeah.
We don't see what these guys is doing. I mean, we can scout the European League as much as we want, but
you think they watch more of us than we do them?
Absolutely.
Of course.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
and again, guys, we heard for years that the gap is narrowing, but then don't tell me that we're that much better than these guys we had representing us 25, 30 years ago. Stop with that shit. You can't have it both ways. You can't say the only way Europe ball could catch up to us that fast is if we slipped that much.
And that's what happened.
Real, guys. We're supposed to be the
what happened? These guys, I don't think they play defense. They don't play defense.
Let's start in the NBA. Why are they going to play in the Olympics?
They don't play. This is what I'm saying. You don't play defense. You understand? I'm like, the only thing you know how to is shoot.
Yeah, score.
That's it.
Yeah.
No
No
rebound.
No rebound,
If
nothing.
we do get a rebound, let's just run and shoot.
That's the
How many 3-pointers can we shoot?
Tony.
He might have been a better
Oh,
coach.
come on. Don't wait Mark up, please.
Yeah, right.
I'm just
Don't
saying.
get that man started.
At least you know what you were going to get with him. We're going to run up and down the court.
But you know what?
Try to outscore everybody.
I wonder also, like the skill set of the American
That was the
player,
son.
The skill set of the American player today is defensible. What I mean is the type of skills that our players seem to gravitate towards, there is an answer to it. So whereas somebody, some of these European players seem to have a skill set that we don't know how to defend.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, if you get like our kids love to dribble and shoot.
Yep.
So if you put them in positions where they're trying to go 1-on-5, which our kids like to do, or they like to shoot from half court all the time, well, we're giving them half the battle on defense right
exactly.
there.
Right.
Exactly.
We're actually playing against ourselves.
That's not hard to defend.
Right.
Whatever happened to the fundamentals?
Oh, please.
They're not attractive.
Exactly.
They're not attractive.
They're not
Well,
attractive.
what's
my lawn are?
But this is what's so funny. And this is what really kills me about it in international ball. You could take the ball off the rim.
We still haven't learned that, Reggie.
Yeah.
We still haven't learned how to do that.
We're slow learners.
Yep.
Simple task.
Exactly.
It's rim.
It's crazy. It's like, okay, you could go 10 in international basketball.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
You know what I think too? I think that even though half of these players don't even know who Naismith is, but I think we have this mentality of because we created it, we can't be taught anything.
Right.
And I think that's what we fall victim to a lot of times is that anybody can learn from anybody. I work in a school, and I've learned things from my students. If you go in there with the mindset of anybody can teach something, and you can learn something from somebody, but when you have the arrogance of well, this is our game,
right? Exactly.
Then you feel that you can't learn anything. You know everything already, and that's when you get exposed.
Right. That's the United States baseball team.
Exactly. Ask the United States in almost everything.
Yeah.
But that I will say this: in baseball, we took it to the wire.
Yes.
Last strike.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
In this shit,
True. That is true.
We lost almost as many games as we won.
Oh no, the record was.
I'm not a big fan of this FIBA. Believe me,
I'm not either. I don't like this,
but I don't want to get embarrassed either.
Right.
Like
right.
at least in the World Baseball Classic, guys, we went to the last strike.
Right.
Mike Trout. Speaking of Mike,
Kirk Cousins strikes again.
Struck out to end the damn
Kirk Cousins strikes
WBC.
again.
We didn't come nowhere near that.
Not even.
Let Canada beat us, guys. We let Drake beat us.
Drake and the Maple Mamba.
Exactly.
Really. And Dennis Schroeder busting people's ass.
Exactly in Germany.
Won the MVP.
Yep. Yeah. That's
crazy, man.
Not Russell.
And who does he play with?
Isn't it the
who does he play with?
Germany.
No, in the NBA. I'm sorry, Don.
Wasn't it the Lakers?
Yeah, who does he play with now? I don't know. He used to play for the Lakers.
Oh, Boston?
I don't know where he is now.
Remember, he bet on himself and then got shit on?
Wow, yeah, that was one of the worst worst bets.
He was offered that contract and he bet on himself and then had to sign for the vet minimum. Yeah. He's a good ball player.
He is. He is. I like him too. I like him.
He didn't play like that in the NBA. I could promise you that.
He was a good, consistent ball player, guys.
Yeah, come on, man.
Not the last couple of seasons, he wasn't.
Because again, I think he lost his mojo because he bet on himself, thinking he was going to get more than this $25 million contract the Lakers offered him.
Yes, right.
Remember?
Yeah. Yep.
And who are these brothers? The Wagner brothers. I haven't heard of them. I was like, God, damn.
Them guys official, man.
Yeah.
I was like, they was giving them the business. I was like, what?
They official. I saw this cat. I think
the Magic are making the playoffs this year.
Yeah, because they both on the Magic, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These cats.
Well, I don't know what the scouts is doing, but if you ain't not playing these dudes, something wrong with you.
No, I think
they played
something is wrong with that. I'm like,
Banchero, they got the other rookie of the year, how you say his name, Pablo Escobar, Banchero, whatever. They got
every time I saw him, the ball was going through the hoop.
Word.
The ball
was going through the hoop. Jeez, Christ.
Yeah, both of them kids are good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you better find some playing time for them.
Oh, they'll find playing time for them. They're not going to keep them on the bench. That's for damn sure.
No,
they're going to get some time.
Not after that showing.
Nah, they're going to even last season, they was doing their thing.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Well, I didn't watch too many Orlando games. I apologize, but
it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I seen a few. I was like, who are these cats?
The only reason why I know them is because of 2K. But yeah.
But see, that's the luxury of having League Pass. I said this before. If you don't have League Pass, then you're going to get pumped in your face the same teams on TNT, ESPN, ABC after Christmas. You're going to see the same teams over and over.
So let me ask
you. The teams like the Magic, the up and coming teams, even Detroit. They're going to get a little better with all the draft picks they got, but you'll never see them on national television.
No. I got a question. Since you brought that up, Don. Denver won the NBA championship, right?
Yes.
How many games you think they're going to get on national TV?
Hopefully more than last year, because I had to watch them on League Pass.
Yep, exactly. Yep. We'll see. You know,
still show Milwaukee. That's another subject we might want to bring up. With this Antetokounmpo. Oh, if you guys don't do this, and I don't see championships, how about you make a foul shot?
Hold on 1 second. You right. I can't even argue that one. You right. You right.
I was waiting to hear what you were going to say.
Yeah.
Check this out, guys. Check this out. Look at his numbers. He's the only guy in MVP history that's field goal and free throw percentage went down, and he won MVP. Figure that shit out. I can't do it.
He was the safe choice.
Yeah.
What about Shaq?
But you're talking about what your team should do. And think of this, guys. Since he's been on the team, they went and got Middleton, Porter, Lopez, Drew Holiday, all the guys that helped you win that ring.
Yeah. Right.
But you threatening them that they're not doing enough to do what? You're in Milwaukee, brother.
Right.
Who you think you're getting? But they got you enough talent to win a ring while you were shooting 56% from the foul line. Help me out here, Giannis. I love you, man. You're a good kid. But now you're starting to run your mouth. Help me out here.
This is today's NBA.
From the line.
Yeah.
This is today's NBA, bro.
Exactly.
Okay, my bad.
No, it's true.
Stop.
Oh, man. Hilarious.
He's a good kid, but now he's starting to run his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah, well, I guess an MVP in the championship, I guess you entitled to open up your mouth.
God forbid Embiid wins. If Embiid wins the championship, it's over.
He's feeling that's not gonna happen. We don't have to worry about
NBA
that.
will never be the same.
we ain't gotta worry about that, Dom. Trust me. That's not gonna happen this year. I don't think so.
Your boy's coming back this year, I'm starting to get my little faith in him. He's got shooting coaches. I don't understand how he got Rondo.
Wait a minute. Who are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Big Ben.
Who?
Comeback player of the year.
That's it.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
You can say that. Watch what happens.
I'm betting on
happens.
He got Rondo teaching him how to shoot 3-pointers.
Wait. Me and Dave is going to get a 10-day contract, and we're going to be most improved players.
Yeah. Exactly. Shoot.
Nah, son.
I was betting on him. I was betting on him, guys. And then I saw a highlight of Rondo practicing 3-pointers with him. I'm thinking, when was Rondo?
Right.
Abdul Rauf. I mean, was he a 3-point shooter? I don't know. I missed it.
And what's so crazy, Mahmoud Abdul Rauf wasn't really a 3-point shooter either.
He was just a great shooter.
Yeah, he was just a great shooter.
Yeah, he was.
Wherever he shot,
Yes,
he
he
was a great
was. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God,
shooter. Going back to college.
this
Hell
guy
yeah.
was nice.
Shit.
Chris Jackson, yeah,
Yeah.
he was nice.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
Like I said,
Yes.
What was he?
man.
LSU? Was he LSU?
Yeah,
LSU,
LSU.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
LSU
absolutely.
Tigers.
Yeah, yep.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, maybe Rondo can at least point Ben in the direction of the basket.
Okay.
I don't think he knows where the basket is.
We're gonna
Or,
stop
or,
this.
or,
We're
or what
gonna
the
stop
point
this.
of the game is. It's the point of the game is in the name. It's basketball.
We're gonna stop
Okay?
this
You put
sacrilegious
ball
talk about my boy.
the,
We're gonna
the
stop.
ball goes at least
Well,
towards the basket.
Okay,
Speaking
folks.
of Magoo, speaking of Raouf, guess who he was working out with?
Who?
Quickly.
Ooh.
I think I did see that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not one. I tell you all the time, guys. I ain't into the YouTube videos, and
Right.
because Mitchell Robinson looks like Magic Johnson until the
Well,
season
no, he
starts.
does.
You already
He
know.
does.
Yeah, and then he goes back to being Mitchell Robinson. But Quickly's a pretty good shooter.
It's
And now
special.
No.
It's not bad combination. I'd give Raouf a chance.
What
He's
was
a
that
shooter,
center
guys.
for the
Come on.
Nets? Dudley? What
Chris
was his
Dudley.
name? Was it Chris Dudley?
Nah, who are you talking about, man?
The center for No. This is going way back when Shaq dunked on him. What was his
He
name?
was on the Knicks.
Yeah, he was on the Knicks. Well, his name was Dudley. I can't remember his first name.
And it was
Chris
Chris.
Dudley.
I thought it was Chris also.
Yeah, Chris
Yeah.
Dudley. When he threw the ball to Shaq.
Maybe if Mitchell Robinson played like him a little bit, we might be all right.
Who, Chris Dudley or Shaq?
Chris Dudley.
Yeah. When
That's an improvement.
When he got the planters in the face.
Yeah. Yes, that one.
Yeah.
For the folks at home, welcome to the unhinged portion of the show.
Right. We have just crossed over into the 10 o'clock hour. And now we are
exactly.
Yeah.
That's why R be trying to get us off before.
That's
10
why he
o'clock.
tries. Yeah. Yep.
No, we got to give them their money's worth. Got to give them their money's worth.
Exactly. Exactly. This is
the part of the show they really look forward to.
This is the Untitled After Dark.
I like that. So listen. Let me get into this real quick, man. What do you guys think about this? I meant to talk about this the other night. This whole what do you think about this COVID bullshit?
Oh, I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
You can
what?
COVID.
I guess the money is starting to run short.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm tired of it already, man.
Yeah,
I ain't doing no more shots, guys.
I'm not either. I was just thinking about that. I came from the doctor today, and he was talking to me about getting the flu shot, which I've gotten every year for the past 3 years. But I told him, okay, next month when I come back, I'll get that. I just don't feel like getting the shot right now.
Yeah,
you got to get the other one too, guys. That RSV.
Really? Yeah.
I got that yesterday too. That
you know what
I'm not.
You know what I gotta get.
It helps you. It helps your respiratory. We're getting older, guys. So there's certain things at our age we should be doing.
I don't
know. Pneumonia.
That's what I was going to ask you about. Did you get the shingles?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Shot. I mean, yeah. Yes. Okay, I got to get that. My
If you don't get it and you get shingles,
no, I know because my father had suffered from that, and my mom keeps on telling me get the shingles shot, and every time I was going to get it, but I just got the COVID shot. I just got the flu shot. So I think now I'm going to sneak in there and get that because I've been.
The only thing I don't have, and I'm getting that tomorrow at the VA, is my tetanus shot. I haven't had one of those in 10 years.
Okay. Yeah, but I don't know about this.
I ain't
doing the COVID.
I'm not. I'm not. You know, I feel like the anti-vaxxers now.
Yeah.
Because you know what it is.
I'm ready to move to Florida, Dave.
Yeah, exactly. You know what my problem is that every time they come out with a new strain, they got a new shot for it. And now I feel like it's just excuses to
exactly.
And I'm not a conspiracy guy per se, but enough is enough. How much are you going to inject me? Every time there's You know,
The
it's like they got more strains than they do names for hurricanes.
Exactly.
The money is running low. I'm telling you what it is.
No, elections are coming. They want you back on lockdown.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Remember
it.
Sleepy Joe? Sleepy Joe
Yeah.
said he was going to end COVID. We've had more deaths under his watch than the other president.
How about that? How that work out?
And
With
now
all these shots.
Didn't his wife get it?
Yeah.
Yes, his wife had.
More people have died of COVID under this clown than the other clown.
Right.
I don't know. I ain't doing it no more, Dave. I told
I'm
he
done
was
with
like,
that.
Enough.
Dom, you know they're gonna have a new. I don't want to hear it.
Enough.
We got to update.
Shit, man.
We got to update. Eagles 27, Minnesota 7.
Guys, when I got my last
27-7?
Yes, sir.
when I got my last shot, I caught COVID.
So look at that.
Yeah. See.
I mean, I didn't have no symptoms. Except, me and my wife.
Right.
I think me and my wife ran with this because we read about, oh man, this strain, it makes you tired and no real fix. So we just stood in the room and just fucking we not like we got any jobs, but we was like, oh shit. we
gonna call you Tommy?
Like we had somewhere to
go. Tommy ain't got no job.
No, we was like, oh man, this shit got me tired.
Yeah, Dom is like, I'm sick. I think I'm gonna call out. Oh wait,
exactly.
He ain't got no job, but I'm calling out.
He ain't got no job.
Dom was calling random places of employment. Talking about I ain't coming in today.
Matter of fact, guys, we did a show. Well, I didn't even say that. I had COVID. We was doing the show. I'm like,
wow.
Maybe I can stay awake long enough to fuck with these guys.
Wow. Okay, now we gotta go. Now we gotta go back in the archives.
Exactly.
And look at where Dom didn't look right.
7 days later, we go back, get tested.
Yeah,
we're clear. But it was right after I got my last shot.
Look at that shit.
Wow.
I'm like, what kind of shit is this? That's why I said I'm getting ready to move to Florida, man. I just want to be like them.
Yeah,
COVID never happened. It never existed.
Wait a minute. You want to hang out with DeSantis too?
Yes.
I love that
guy, man.
That's what it takes.
Enough. We can laugh at him all we want.
Right.
I'm not laughing at him. I'm not laughing at him. I think he's on to something. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I mean, during COVID, I went as far down as Georgia. And I'm in the mall, and they just walking around maskless and everything. Yeah. It's like mask.
I told you all the story. Me and my wife, my son was having surgery in Florida. We went down to, give him our support. My wife comes. I don't know if you ever been to the rest area in Florida where they serve the orange juice and the grapefruit juice.
No.
My wife comes outside. She's like, Dominic, nobody's wearing a mask. I said, honey, you're in Florida. They didn't have COVID. That shit went right over Florida. It went to Cuba. It doesn't happen here.
Exactly.
You know what? But you look back, as much heat as this dude took, he was ahead of the game with this lockdown shit. He was the first one to say, that's it. Go to work.
We're reopening. Yeah.
Go back to work.
But do we even have the stats of how many people died in Florida?
I don't know.
No,
they had elderly. They had people that see, he did the math.
So was it COVID or was it was just a time?
It was.
Could be a combination, Reg.
You know what it was? It was shark bites.
Why are you looking, Ron?
That's what it was.
Why are you looking like that?
They all died of shark bites and alligators.
Remember, it took one of the far left leaningest people on TV, Bill Maher.
Yeah.
To start doing the math. Remember when he was like, "Hey, the numbers are kind of screwed."
Yeah.
78% of the people that are dying from COVID are obesely overweight.
Right.
So they already have a respiratory problem because they're overweight.
Yep.
DeSantis was like, get your ass back to work.
That's right.
Saying, no more shots.
No more shots.
Get your damn mask off. That shit really ain't preventing nothing. So let's go.
Tell you, I'm gonna tell you all the story.
I hate to say it.
Yeah. Say what you gonna say.
No, I said I hate to say it, but I'm in agreement.
I gotta tell you, I'm gonna tell you all the story. I'm done. I did one vaccine, that was it, and I did the most feared one. I think it was Johnson & Johnson.
You did the test dummy one.
Yeah, I remember that, Dave. Remember?
What the heck?
It was so bad that they pulled it off the shelves.
Yeah,
they said this is worse than COVID.
Now here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Right after, and people had pointed this out to me in my job, my coworkers. They was like, "Yo, they was like, did you get your 2 mini strokes before or after?
No.
Things that make you go,
Yeah, I had a coworker had something very similar.
Right.
And he's a healthy guy too.
Yeah.
I think me and Dave lead the show in shots.
Right.
No, I only have one.
Shot.
No, I only have one. Yeah, I only did the first one. I had to do it because in New York City, in order to remain working for the Department of Education, you had to do it. Which now they're going to have to pay all those people because a lot of people didn't, and they lost. I
want to know what Sleepy Joe is going to do for all the people he put out the military, and if they come back in.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question, since we're on the topic: how many years have we been dealing with this COVID issue?
Since 2020. January 2020 is when the first really hit. Yeah.
So about 7 more years, we're going to see that commercial on TV, right?
Compensation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the water in.
You laughing? I mean, I'm being funny, but at the same time, I'm being honest.
If you served at Camp Lejeune, yeah.
Or even if you live 10,000 miles next to Camp Lejeune.
Exactly. You too can be compensated. Time is running out for your claim. Yeah.
if you rode by Camp Lejeune, raise your hand.
Exactly.
If you even know 2 people named Johnson, you can
raise your hand. Oh,
God. Y'all are hilarious, man. I swear to God.
The best part of the show, man.
But
think about it. You guys, of all people, that was a shame. That was a shame what y'all went through in New York.
Oh yeah. Ridiculous. New York was shut down.
It was ridiculous.
New York was shut down. I mean, the only thing I did enjoy is I got to work remotely. And, you know.
Good for you.
Yeah, but the only thing, the bad part of it is, as I jokingly tell people, is I never worked this close to my refrigerator before. So, you know, I was constantly in there, you know, after a Zoom call and hitting the refrigerator.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, the worst thing for me. Well, I shouldn't say worst, but what I meant to say is what the most interesting part of it for me was going to the supermarket.
Oh
yes,
walking through the streets.
Oh my gosh!
It was like tumbleweeds. I felt like I was on an episode of like The Walking Dead looking for.
I was the only one in my house that was going out.
Yeah.
And then you have to the supermarkets.
Okay.
Yeah.
And remember,
I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you 2 stories. All right. So now, everybody up here, I don't know how bad Sandy hit down in North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
But up here, I was driving to work. I worked for sanitation. I went over the Manhattan Bridge. Right. I was going to Canal Street. There no lights.
Wow.
The lower part of Manhattan had a blackout.
Right.
Okay. There was no lights. There was no cars. The only people that I saw, thank God, they had cell phones in their hands. That's the only way I saw them. Otherwise, yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. So now I was basically the only car going to work.
Wow.
And now with COVID, when they shut down the city, no blackout.
Yeah.
But I was the only car on the freaking road.
Oh yeah.
I said, yo.
Yeah. Times Square was a ghost town.
It was. Listen, when I say I live in Brooklyn, when I say it took me, I kid you no lie, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
To get from Brooklyn to the Upper West Side.
Wow.
Yes, 20 minutes.
I believe it. I believe it.
That was crazy. So when you said ghost town, you 100% right.
And it's an eerie feeling.
Oh,
it was.
Remember when it first started, guys, and we were talking about social distancing?
Yeah.
I was like, shit, I ain't got a neighbor that damn close to me. I ain't that friendly. So this social distancing shit is kind of right up my alley.
Me too. Me too. I mean, absolutely.
The only thing I didn't like was the hours of things. Like you still had to go to the store. So,
Yeah.
like where I live maybe 5 minutes from a Walmart. So
Okay.
but you had to wait online.
Yes,
Because they was only letting a certain amount of people in at a time.
That's right.
And remember, guys, at that time we was making anything to be a mask. We're wearing gloves. And
yeah.
I'm like, this shit is weird, man.
Right.
So then I got into that ordering. You know, go online, go on the app, pull in the parking spot, and just have them throw it in my car. If I don't have what I paid for, fuck it, I'll come back or let them get away with it. I don't care.
Right.
So I would just pop the trunk and
don't pop the trunk.
There was some good things that came out of COVID, guys.
Oh, there definitely was.
Listen, my work day consisted of 5 to 6:30.
In the morning.
5 in the morning to 6:30. Because remember, it was social distancing. Who was putting out the garbage?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because all the restaurants were shut down, and then
exactly. And you were getting paid for 8 hours, Reg.
Let me tell you, he got. Let me tell you something. Oh man, you think that's great? Let me tell you, I'm not gonna lie to you. COVID was. I mean, outside of the people getting sick and dying,
the best thing that ever happened. You 100% right, Rob.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. Because there was
besides all the deaths. Besides
all that,
37,000 deaths in New York City. But
besides that,
let me tell you something. The company was giving out like hazard pay.
Oh, that's when they started putting you in the Ubers, right?
Yeah. 2 days. Putting me in the Ubers. Exactly. Working 2 days a week.
That was the best part for him.
Dude,
I
will say this. R was one of the few guys that really never stopped doing what he was doing.
That's true.
I had to keep going. You know what I'm saying? So I
remember seeing R in the back of the Uber with the big mask.
I remember that.
I still got that picture.
That was my Bane mask.
I still got that picture.
I love that picture.
And then you remember when I came to your job, we were still wearing masks because the pictures we had. Yeah,
exactly.
That was Christmas. Yeah.
And how did you do it, Dave? You work from home?
Yep. And you know what? They found out that a lot of what we do during the day, we could have done it. In fact, I was more productive.
Yeah, it worked out for my son.
We were logged on.
My son went from doing that to never going back.
Yeah. My wife.
That's my sister.
Too. Yep.
My sister's working from home.
Oh yeah.
And guess what? His salary never stopped. His salary kept going up. He kept getting his.
And you know what I love?
You know why? Because they're not paying rent.
Not paying rent. Deal. No rent, no electric.
But what I loved about it too is that I would never have to take a sick day.
Right.
I could accumulate over. I went to Georgia, and I was working.
Right.
Yes, sir.
I had my laptop with me, and all I had to do was log into a morning meeting in my hotel room.
Right.
A lot of the staff, truth be told, a lot of the staff were all over the country.
Right.
A lot of teachers were all over the country.
My son came here and worked for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
As long as y'all didn't take Mark's internet with y'all.
Oh well, see,
But R never. It was weird because it seemed like R was the only guy.
Yeah, I was headed out.
He almost lived in Florida. It was like R lived in Florida in New York. Like, get your ass back.
Bro,
COVID ain't near you, R. Just keep doing what you're doing.
I gotta tell you, but during them times, it was crazy, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you, man.
I remember.
Crazy, man.
I remember the conversations, R, where you thought you was gonna lose your job if you didn't get vaccinated.
I remember that.
I remember that.
I was like one of the last people to get a shot.
I remember the conversation.
I remember that. You were contemplating real hard.
I really was. I was like,
and then I did, and I remember when you said you were in the emergency room, and I was like, up there by the, and I said, yo, and I asked him, I said, did you take the shot? And you was like, and I wasn't even trying to be funny.
No,
I just like, I said, from what I know, you're a healthy dude. Right. How the hell did that happen? And that question came to my mind, and I'm like, yo, are you serious?
Are you still on those meds?
Yeah, I still am.
See, that's what happened to me, guy. You remember,
Yeah,
Stent.
yeah.
I still am. So
Still,
did I ever tell you that story about the doctor betting against me?
No.
No, you
No,
never shared
bet
that with us.
against you.
Where do you go to DraftKings or something?
This is hilarious, dude. This is hilarious.
Wow.
So my doctor, at Mount Sinai, this is hilarious. He cracked me up. So he's giving me all these tests, checking me out, saying I got to take this, take that, take this, these medications, and whatnot. And so I was like, okay, no problem. So he had told his associate, he's not gonna take. He thinks he probably looks healthy enough, and he's gonna just like, he's probably one of those guys that doesn't believe in it. So he told me this on my next visit, and he's like, "Oh, you're doing well." I said, "Well, yeah, I followed your instructions. What I was
Right.
You're the professional." So
Now, I'm not being funny right now, but did you ever get a second opinion on that?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So
I didn't need one. I knew what they did.
right.
And again, I got lucky because one, I didn't have a heart attack.
Right.
But they for shit. The guy I told you all the story. The guy was in the army with me.
Right.
And he said, "Hey, Dom, we're gonna just do the gold standard. We're gonna go up, make sure there's no blockage." So he goes up, and they're fucking sitting in there talking to you like, "Hey, Dom, you want to look? Turn in the camera." I'm like, "No, I'm good."
Right. Yeah.
Then he says, "Hey, man, you're only check this out. You're only at 64. The standard is a stent. You got to have at least over 70. But hey, Dom," he's sitting there looking at me, Dave.
Yeah.
"Hey, Dom, since we're in here," I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Since we're so close, let's go ahead on and do this. But again, here comes the meds. And I was telling her, I went and bought one of those little things, put the daily.
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning and I've been doing it now for what? 4 years.
Okay.
I mean, I still smoke, but I gotta stop doing that.
Yeah, you gotta stop.
Like my father suffers from.
Yeah, I quit.
My father suffers from diabetes, and my mother's a pharmacist now.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Well,
it's crazy.
Since we're talking, this afternoon I had a doctor's appointment, and I've known for a while my pressure is high.
Okay.
And I don't eat as well as I should. I'll be honest with you. And so I forgot. Here's the thing. This is how bad it is. That I forgot that I knew I had a doctor's appointment today, but I totally forgot that they're going to take my blood pressure.
Okay.
So I'm at work eating a bag of chips, and then I get off the Long Island Railroad, and I'm waiting for the next train at Jamaica Station, and so I go into the little shop that they got in there, and of course I buy the salted peanuts.
Oh boy!
And I'm on my way to the doctor. So then when I get to the doctor, and first of all, I'm coming from work, and I work in a high school. So the pressure already.
The pressure's already up. Then you're traveling.
Yeah, and then I'm traveling because the nurse who was, they had to take my blood pressure 3 times, and she was like, "Were you doing a lot of walking?" So I just came from work, and just go off the train and everything, and I work in a high school and I'm walking all the time. I didn't even tell her about the chips and the peanuts that I had.
Hey,
so
no news is good news, brother. Don't walk up. No information.
Yep. But I have to watch the salted thing.
Are they giving you the medicine for the blood pressure?
Yeah. I've been on that. But they told me to up it a little bit.
Okay.
So the pressure isn't good, and
then
I do a lot of eating out too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's tough.
So,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna ask y'all a question because I know when I have a doctor's appointment, I make it my business not to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I make it my business not to eat. I may drink water, and that's about it. I make it my business not to eat.
I do the same thing, but I usually get a morning appointment. But what happened was, I had originally scheduled for the summertime, but I had the doctor canceled once. I had to cancel once, and so now school's back in session, and so I got an appointment for after school. but I never go after work. This is like the
All
first
right.
time I ever went after.
Okay.
I usually don't eat anything in the morning. Have the earliest appointment that I can get, and then I eat later. But
and remember, when you go to the doctor and you're sitting there and they do the blood pressure, you're already because you're in the doctor's office.
Yes,
you're already worried about that cuff on your arm.
Exactly.
100%.
At least that's how I am.
Oh,
I
am
do the same
that way
thing,
too.
Gabe. I'll never go to an appointment after 9:30.
Well,
that's the latest I'm going.
I hear you. I mean, my thing is like I try to do like I have this relaxation, you know what I'm saying, thing that I do. I just sit there and I just like not even thinking about anything. I just like zone out and just like just breathe, you know, take deep breaths or whatnot. Yeah, that's what I do. And
because you know what they're doing now while they're taking your blood pressure, they put the thing on your finger, oxygen level. So you gotta try to. It's hard because again, I hate to say this, we're getting older. And you tend to worry a little more about this, that, and the other thing. Like tomorrow, I got my semi-annual at the VA.
I was gonna say you go to the VA.
Well, I know I have my own doctor, but I decided, hey, you know what? They want me to come every 6 months instead of once a year. At least I'm doing my blood work, everything. And so I went yesterday to do the blood work. And because I got embarrassed the other 6 months, because I didn't know the blood work, you got to do urine. And I didn't know that. So I didn't drink a lot of water. So I got my blood and the lady gave me the cup. I was like, normally I could make myself.
Of course.
15 minutes later, I'm still in the bathroom. I'm like, I came out, I put the cup in. I said, look, my appointment's tomorrow. I'm gonna come back in the morning. So I went yesterday to do the blood work. I must have drank about 4 16-ounce bottles of water. That lady was taking my blood, and I was sitting there, you know, folding your knees and trying to hold your. She said, veterans and autos.
Right.
Do you want to go to the bathroom now before we do the blood? Yes.
Exactly.
I ran in the bathroom.
Yes, man.
Well, she did all the blood work. I was like, "Oh, thank you, miss. Thank
you for understanding."
Hilarious. For you. Blah blah blah.
For me, I'm a little fortunate because my doctor's office. Wow, this is crazy. My doctor's office is right around the corner from my job.
Oh, that's
wow.
My doctor's office is right around the corner from my house. My regular doctor, my tri-care.
Wow,
that's convenient.
Right around the corner.
Exactly. Man,
so mine always is a little bit elevated because I go after I do my route.
Gotcha.
So I say to her, well, I've just finished working, so it might be a little something going on.
Right.
But it's not elevated to a point where it's like crazy.
No.
So,
and I hate to say this, your community, the African American community, has a problem with high blood pressure.
Absolutely.
And a lot of it,
my mother's
saying is a lot of it has to do with your diet. Whether you're black, white, or
I think
your diet is going to determine your A1C, your blood pressure. Those are the things we got to watch out for.
Sure.
But what's so crazy is, Dom, you say that, and you can eat what you want
in moderation.
It's exactly. It's how much of it that you eat.
Well, yeah, you gotta.
You understand? You can eat everything you like.
Yeah.
But the quantities that you normally eat it in, you got to cut that in like 3/4.
Six days ago, guys.
That's what I'm learning.
2 years. 6 days ago was 2 years. I lost my son because he wouldn't. He had diabetes. He didn't want to do this. He didn't want to stop the treatment. And
It's.
I can't believe it's
rough.
already,
I know. I was surprised when you put it up. I was like, wow.
It's like crazy. I mean, but now that we're at a generation or an age where we should be a little. I mean, I know it's hard, guys. I'm sitting here telling you, I still smoke.
And then Dom posts all these pictures of food,
chips and shit. Like I don't do that.
Wait, but Dom posts. Excuse me, Chef Double D.
Yep.
And then you see what I be cooking.
Yeah.
That's moderation, guys. I don't do that all the time.
And since I don't have access to it, I go get another bag of chips.
It is healthy, you know. We're into more of the fish and chicken.
And,
So we it's hard, guys. But I'll tell you what, the two things I always look at is my blood pressure and my A1C.
I feel you.
My A1C is 6.1 and below. All right, I'm not borderline diabetic. So that means I must be doing something right in that field.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right.
And that shit scares me more than high blood pressure,
I
guys.
feel you.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
I've known too many people that have bit the bullet with diabetes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't have that.
My
There's
daughter's
medicine
mother,
for
she's
all of this
suffering
stuff,
from that
but
now.
I just can't do it, guys. I don't want to say, I don't want to sound crazy, but you know, I've lived a good life. Not that I want to die tomorrow.
No, I know what you're saying,
man.
Yeah.
But I still want to, you know,
Do some
just
stuff.
hang out with you guys a couple of more years at least.
There you go.
We not gonna put that. We're not even gonna put that out in
I
the
remember one of
atmosphere.
y'all. I don't know if it was
Right.
R. I don't know if it was R or
It was R. It was R.
when I was showing y'all how I have my pills. Y'all was like, "Oh man, that's a lot of." But most of them are like vitamins,
Right.
Yeah.
fish oil. I take fish oil every day.
Good.
I take that. I got my gummies for that 50 and over.
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
But I don't take the pill no more. I got the little gummy bears.
The
I
gummies
take my little gummy bears.
Exactly. Exactly. The
Yeah.
bottom line is at our ages or whatnot, we have to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Well,
in every way, shape, and form. You
Well,
understand?
listen, I'm gonna say this, and it's not me being funny, but you know, I'm glad, R, that you decided that you want to grow old.
Yeah.
Because I remember we had a conversation on here, and
I know.
You know, we kind of like, you know, did it in jest,
Right.
but you know,
Yeah.
I want you
Yeah, thank
of
you,
you guys to
Dave.
be around.
Yeah.
do any of y'all take cholesterol medicine?
No.
I did. I think
I
I had
did
to
too.
for a minute, but now I don't have to anymore.
Right. Exactly.
This is where I got confused, guys. When I was taking it, and then all of a sudden my cholesterol was like 135, 128. Great numbers.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? Fuck it. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I go do my blood work. Shit's like 220. So I tell the doctor. He says, Don, what's up with you still taking the? I'm like, no, man, my shit was like. He said, hey, look, man.
Take it.
You may think you're doing good.
Yeah.
But some people store this stuff. So the medicine is helping you, son.
Exactly.
I'm like, okay, I'll go back. And you know what? It's never been over 135. I mean, I don't eat the worst.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't eat the best either. So
right.
So I constantly got to stay
thing.
on that medicine.
I hate taking medicine though.
Oh, me too, Dave.
For a while, but guess what?
Believe it or not, guys, in that whole thing I have, only 3 of them are meds. The rest of them are like aspirin, gummy bears, fish oil, vitamin D.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not all. Only 3
of
my whole thing
me too.
meds.
Same thing. Only 3 of them are meds.
Okay. Yeah, but the rest of that stuff is like stuff I got so used to taking. And guess what? I never knew this, guys. Not to get up. I never knew till I met this doctor at the VA. She was like, Dom, let me see your chart from your private doctor. I was like, all right. So she opens my app, opened the app for her. I give her the app. She was like, why ain't you getting your meds from us? You're paying for meds at Express Scripts. I'm like, yeah, I got TRICARE. She said, oh, no more of that. You know, we'll take care of you. So now I get all this shit for free. And then she starts saying, oh man, you take fish oil, you take these vitamins, D3. Oh, we'll take care of that for you too. I'm like,
okay.
Oh wow.
Guess what?
Even better.
I never got to go there.
Yeah.
Every 82nd day, I get another envelope in the mail for a 90-day supply. And it's
that's great.
Scot free.
That's
I'm like,
great.
I never knew y'all could do that. She was like, Dom, please.
Word.
Come on, we're the U.S. government.
We could do anything. I started believing it. Wow. You know what she told me the first not again, I hate this. The first day she did it, she said, oh, no. Go down there now. Go down to the pharmacy now. Pick up your medicine, and then from now on, it'll be at your house every 82nd day. I'm like, again, Dave, they're the government. I really trust them.
We take more meds before 8 a.m. than everybody else does for the whole day.
Every 82nd day, guys, I get this padded envelope. I'm like, wow, this lady was on. Guys, I hate to say this. I'm starting to trust the VA more than I trust my doctor.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a change of events that is.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, listen. I'm gonna have to close it out because I got work tomorrow morning.
Yeah, me too.
You guys.
Yeah, right.
I gotta be in the VA at 9:30.
Oh, okay. I gotta be at work at 8, so let me get
Well,
my behind to bed.
Well, I'm on my way to work now as we speak.
Well, sorry, sir. Have fun at that overnight shift, brother. Stay safe out there, Reg.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Guys,
God bless you guys.
Much love, man. Of course, Dom, Dave, Reg, people in
Yes,
chat.
sir.
You know what I'm saying? You guys out there watching, hopefully enjoyed. Also subscribe, like, comment, share. Support is free. That's as per Dom, my man. Support is free. So thank you very much. Next week we'll be here again live 8:00 p.m. So blessings and to all many blessings. That's what I meant.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace, y'all.